On a Regal. Me and Joel have been telling you that for years. AMC's where it's at.
Excellent.
You don't know what you're doing.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. Today is going to be a fun episode because Juwaan gets to do the one thing Joel despises that Juwaan does all the time, and that is speculate. And I plan on speculating a whole shit ton. But
told me it was
that's why I don't tell you shit, Joel. But no, all jokes aside, welcome to another episode. I'm super excited to geek out with my guys, Trevon and Joel. Let's jump right into it. Obviously, I'm going to introduce you two first, but I want to get right into it, not waste a second. Starting off with somebody who should give up being a Regal owner and become part of the AMC family fully. Because I know you've dabbled in AMC, Trevon.
I have a list, okay? I'm just saying.
Then why are you wasting your time
Because
with
it
Regal?
was right there, and it's a mystery
one's
movie.
closer to him. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, I'm
That
so
don't
dumb.
mean nothing. To be fair, I have a Regal that technically is closer to me, and I still go out of my way to go to AMC.
You ain't driving, bitch.
Well, I mean, I can find other ways to get there. I mean, I
Someone
have.
else driving, bitch. That's the problem.
They still would take me to Regal if I wanted to.
Yeah, but that's not, but you're not the one driving, so you don't care. Like, take me where I want to go.
But to be fair, does Regal have recliner seats?
Some of them.
Some of them,
Does yours?
no.
Then what are we doing, Trevon?
It's literally like a neighborhood one. Like it's
The one
old.
I go to for 40X, that shit's fucking got everything.
Okay.
And that's a Regal?
It's a Regal. Regal
that's
40X.
in New York.
They got
New York,
some,
though,
yeah,
right?
it's in New York. Yeah, as soon as they got there the other day, there was a fight going out. I'm like, oh well, this is too fucking typical here. Like, right outside.
It's New York. I mean, Joel, last time we went to New York together, a homeless man just started yelling at me. And I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, that was fun.
This is interesting. I didn't do anything
I'm like, don't
wrong,
make
but
eye
okay.
contact, Juwaan.
I couldn't help it. I could not help it. I look at people when they yell at me. I need to know why. What did I do? But Trevon, how you doing, man?
I'm here, because I got bamboozled tonight. Over here.
Bamboozled. I was bamboozled.
At some point, Trevon, you're gonna have to stop heightening your expectations for things, man.
I really want them
You're
to
gonna
reply
have
to my tweet. I really want them to reply to my tweet. I really do.
What do you expect them to say?
I just
They're not
want to
gonna give
say
you your
something.
money back.
I just want to say something so I can say something bad because I'm just petty like that. Just please. That's why I tagged him. Like, please reply.
Trevon just want beef. Just wants beef. Oh my goodness. Next up, Joel. What's up, Joel?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. You're watching your Giants. I know you're feeling good about your Giants. Got your Giants hat on. Living the life.
I'm tipping, I'm not trying to get too high, not too low.
I like it. I love it. All right. So let's start. Entertainment Weekly obviously dropped their magazine cover for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So are we just not calling this Black Panther 2? It's just Black Panther Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no 2 in it. Do you see
So
it?
there's no, it's no. So the reason why I asked that is this is not necessarily a sequel to a degree.
Yeah, it is.
It is a sequel. How is it not?
Because I just felt like Wakanda Forever is more of like an event film for Chadwick than it is necessarily
Well, I
a
mean,
full-on
It's
sequel.
a sequel.
they've named them all the same way though. Like usually the number is the holder, and then they'll give it a name.
No,
Like Civil
Iron
War,
Man 2 was Iron
Winter
Man
Soldier.
2.
Well,
Iron Man 3 was Iron Man
Besides those,
Those
those
are
are the only
different,
ones
yeah.
that done it. Everybody else was a name.
Yeah, that's
else
true.
had a-
That's true. That's
you
true.
know.
Thor 2 did become
Guardians is the closest, where they go volume 1.
right. Volume 1,
2,
Volume 2. Got you. All right. So obviously we got our first. Well, not our first, but we got some nice looks at obviously Angela Bassett. Obviously Namor, as you can see, but behind me, looking like a god.
I'm like, that's a beautiful picture. I was like, damn.
Just saying. Almost had me playing for the other team. I'm just saying. Goddamn. But we got.
I'm on the right side.
I'm already on the right side. No, but some information came out. So obviously, Joel, the actor's name is Tamar.
Who?
What was the actor's name that plays Namor?
Oh, forget.
Tanakh.
Tanakh
Tanakh.
Korta.
That sounds right. Yeah,
Tanakh. I think it's Tanakh.
Yes.
He did confirm what we had all hoped,
Yes.
but we're a little frustrated we didn't get in a certain movie that would have made more sense. But anyway, he did confirm that Namor is indeed a mutant.
Mm-hmm.
He did not go as far as to say Namor was the first mutant, but he did say Namor is a mutant. I don't need them to say that he was the first mutant ever.
No. Here's the thing: when people say he's the first mutant in Marvel comic books,
right?
Not in MCU history.
No, not in the MCU history. No. But
so
for me,
people understand that.
For me, I'm like, you're kind of splitting hairs here because I'm like, people could make what about Apocalypse? I just don't want to go down that. So I just like that he's a mutant. I don't really care about anything else. He's a fucking mutant. That's all I needed to hear. Great. So I'm like, that was awesome. But then something else was said. Now I'm going to go to everybody for you guys to give me your thoughts on the mutant thing. So then the speculation part, and it's not really speculation. It's just more so I thought the way he worded it was very intriguing. So Kevin Feige did say that the whole stance of not recasting for T'Challa was more so because it was just too soon to.
Too much.
Right?
Too soon, yeah.
Right. So that sounds like somebody who I had always hoped would look at things differently down the road. That sounds like somebody who was saying, maybe I'm not still as firm on I'll never recast them, and I'm more firm on the stance of when you guys wanted me to was extremely way too soon. Right? So for me, I kind of took that and I'm like, I do hope that it is something that's revisited at some point. Go ahead, Trevon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But if they don't do it now, like, I don't see a point in doing it later. Like,
Secret Wars opens up the door for
but
whatever you want.
But you don't like the multiverse and thing, right?
No. Secret Wars is different because Secret Wars you could bring him in for a movie and never see that fucking character again.
But you also could go, this universe has a T'Challa. We don't,
and we'll never see him again. That's all you got.
No, I want them to do it.
They
to
want
where
it to merge it in.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that merge shit. Because if it works for him, it works for everyone else, and no one else is coming in. Stay away from this universe.
Well, I mean, to me, if fans
those
go
same
down
people
that
that
road,
want Killmonger merged in from random Bubba fuck, and I don't want no random Bubba fuck characters.
Well, to me, that always just didn't make sense because it's like, well, you're skipping over Shuri to essentially
you're skipping over T'Challa. If you're gonna bring a random motherfucker from another universe, why not a T'Challa?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would want it to be T'Challa.
I don't want to fuck with the multiverse though. That's just me.
They shouldn't. They should do that. Recast him instead of doing whatever funeral they get ready to do.
They probably should have, but no, they're
not. That's what I'm
saying.
That's why I said his words seemed very vague, as if he's not in the same stance of I'm never gonna do it. Which is why I was saying, to me, I'd be oh wait, I didn't even see this shit. What's up, Mike?
Whoa!
What's up, Mike?
He showed his face.
What's up? Technically, every character will be recast eventually. Well, yes.
Someone block him. No shit, Sherlock.
The difference is I have no interest in waiting to see the MCU get rebuilt completely, to see T'Challa get recast. To me, I kind of just feel as though there's a way to do it, and you can. You just got to be ballsy enough to say, hey, I thought it was too early. The last go-around you guys asked me about it. No, I don't. Now we talked it over. We found a way to do it to where it's respectful and it works, and we're going forward with it. That's just how I feel. Because I also like the idea, just the optic of how the game did it, of the idea of Shuri being the Avenger Black Panther, and T'Challa just taking care of Wakanda. I have always loved the concept of that, which is why before he passed, I always liked the idea. That's why when the video game did it, the Avengers game did it, I was very excited because I'm like, oh, well, yeah. Like, that would have been how I did it, to where it's like, Shuri goes, you handle that, and when it's necessary, I pop my ass up in there when you guys need me, but otherwise, I'm strictly Wakanda out here, you know? So for me, I was kind of hoping that they go that route, but Trevon, I want to start with you. knowing that Namor is a mutant, right?
Mhm.
That's another mutant we have in MCU with no other explanation. But it's a mutant.
This,
That's
this is
not
the fifth.
obvious.
This
You don't
this
need
is
an
the fifth
explanation.
one in my mind. But yes,
wait. Hold on, because I want to get to what you both just said real quick. Hold on. You said this is the fifth one in your
fifth
mind,
one.
Trevon?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Miss
No, those
Marvel,
don't fucking
Namor.
count, Trayvon. The ones that said
Who else are you
mutants.
counting?
No. Don't even ask because you're gonna get upset.
What are
Monica
you
and
talking about?
Carol.
Multiverse of
No,
madness?
No,
no.
you know exactly
Monica
who
and
he's talking
Carol.
about.
Monica
Exactly.
and Carol. I'm sticking to
Joel
that.
was. I should have just listened to Joel. He's
sticking
right.
to
I am
that.
absolutely angry.
I'm sticking to
I
it.
am mad. I am mad. Why
I'm
did I
sticking
let
to
you
that.
finish what you were saying, Trayvon? Well, if they're mutants, you do know it wipes out the whole aspect of you having a cosmic storyline. It just wipes that out completely.
Until they give me an explanation of how they absorb Infinity Stone energy or survive that going through Wanda's thing, I don't know.
You know what?
how
You
it's
know what?
explained.
No. I'm sorry. Let me take back some of that hate. Let me walk back some of that hate. I'm sorry, Trayvon. I'll give you this. I don't give a fuck what anyone says Monica is. If you want to say she's a mutant, all game, no problem. I don't care. I will not allow the narrative to be that Carol Danvers is a mutant. No, to me that's ridiculous. You want to say Monica is? Sure. Even though there is a more scientific MCU way to explain how she got her powers. But if you want to say Monica's
this
a
is
mutant,
six,
I don't care.
six.
But Carol
This is
Danvers,
six.
no.
My bad, 6.
I mean, if they're mutants, then Spider-Man's a mutant.
Because to me, it just, Joe, I was saying, if Carol Danvers is a mutant, it just wipes out the whole cosmic storyline that you're going with. Like, why can't her powers just be cosmic?
She still got hit with the Infinity Stone energy. So
Right, so that's just cosmic. If you're saying she's a mutant, you're saying that
'cause
she had that
absorbed
in
it.
her.
That's why. No,
Right, and
for
I'm
her
saying
to
that
be able to absorb it.
there's a such thing, Trayvon, as freak accidents. You know, the Hulk was the same
Are the
thing,
banners,
right?
Are the banners
Like,
mutants?
the
You know what I
banners
mean?
aren't mutants.
That was the
Spider-Man's not a
Infinity
mutant.
Gem energy.
No, but they consumed energy and then became a new
It's the
level
same
being.
thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Infinity Gems and genetically engineered things are different, I think. But okay.
No.
I mean, gamma radiation.
Spider,
It's still a
gamma
normal
radiation.
person.
Okay.
You
But
know?
but time out. But here's how you know it's not that different. You saw the Hulk say the only way I can snap this gauntlet is because I have gamma radiation, and that allows me to be able to do it to where it doesn't kill me. So clearly, those two
What is
power
that?
levels are not meant to be that far away from each other. They're meant to be somewhat significantly close, which is why he was
Sure.
able to utilize it. Just no, Trevon, no. Because if Carol Danvers is a mutant, then Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man are. Are you willing to say that?
I'm saying.
I could go with Hulk, not Spider-Man.
You could go with Hulk being a. Okay, so
Well,
Joel.
why not Spider-Man? Why can't we just have freak accidents?
That's what I'm trying to say, Trayvon. Freak accidents happen. What do you say for Stark? That was a freak accident.
What
Well,
do
that
you
was a
mean?
lot.
He's
That was
normal.
a freak accident he turned into.
No, but I'm saying normal people can't be in an explosion like that, have a arc reactor placed in their chest, and then just go on about life.
No, but he's
That's a
smart. He
freak
was smart
accident.
enough to be able
Really smart,
to
yeah.
get past that.
Right, but I'm saying you
Look
can make
at
an
Captain
argument.
America. He's genetically engineered. You know what I mean?
There you go. But I'm saying a freak accident in the sense of if he were stupid, he couldn't do that. The term.
Yeah, if he was
makes
stupid,
no
he would
sense in the
probably be
MCU,
dead already.
Trayvon.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's the FWIW? Why am I lost on what
For no, I have no idea.
I'm too old, Mike. Tell us. I don't know. I look
that
at
means?
that like I don't know.
I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what that means. The term mutant makes no sense in the MCU.
No,
so
it doesn't
Trayvon
make
is
sense
wrong.
with Ms. Marvel all that much because I still don't understand what the fuck's going on there. But everything else makes sense. I mean, we've only seen it twice, and right now he's saying he's a mutant, but in what way we don't know yet.
Right. Oh, for what it's worth. Okay, because I did not know.
People speak that way. No.
For what it's worth. No, I get him not typing for what it's worth out.
Yeah,
I get
because
that.
no
I
one
get that.
says that. No.
Yeah, I get that. The term mutant makes no sense in the MCU, so Trayvon isn't wrong. Well, if what you mean by that is we don't know what makes a mutant yet, so Trayvon could be right, I still say Trayvon's wrong. Because then you have to open the door to almost everybody who got powers that way.
Yeah,
in
they
the
haven't
MCU.
established what mutants are yet. So right
Right.
now, the only time they've ever even hinted at a mutant was with Ms. Marvel.
Because I'm saying, Trevon, if you open that door, then you'll have some people out there that'll tell you once they're introduced, the Fantastic Four are mutants, and that's just not a door you want to go
If
down.
you
Right?
if it was your if something caused you to become something, I don't consider that a mutant. That's why for me, with Ms. Marvel,
It has
like,
to have already
what
been
part is
inside
the
you.
what's the mutant part as compared to the
Well, he was saying, what's his name was saying that she had something in her.
Yeah, she said she has the mutant. She has the mutant gene.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
but what part of it's the mutant gene?
Like
I guess
what part of
that's
her
what
powers?
separates her. Yeah, because like
gotcha.
what's that's obviously what separates her from her family and being able to use the bangle.
But that's why I believe, Joel, that the Marvels will end with her using her actual embiggening powers.
Yeah,
because she gets exposed to
powers.
something. Right. She gets exposed to something. Because you're not telling me that the girl is a mutant, but her power is based through technology. Then what's her power? Like, she's not super smart. What is her power? I don't understand. That makes no sense to me.
No, it's very confusing. That's why I was like, I don't understand.
Wait, would you say, Trevon?
I said it's the Nor.
No, but what about the Nor? Like, that's what me and Joel are saying.
Energy.
What part's the Nor? What part's the mutation?
But we're saying, I get what you're saying, Trevon, but we're saying, like, when I tell you Wolverine is a mutant, right? I could go the claws and the healing factor, right? And you go, oh, that's what his powers are, right? But if I told you that I was a mutant and you're like, well, what are your powers? Well, I don't really know. And you go, well, can you show me something? I don't really have anything. Right? Right. So it's like we haven't seen her use whatever her mutant power is yet. That's why I think, because the directors were saying that she's in a cocoon right now, right? And she's going to break out of said cocoon. So I think when she breaks out of that, cocoon, it'll be her getting her actual embiggening powers. It
could be that her Nor, maybe she runs out of Nor. I have no idea.
Maybe that's why they're transporting. Is because of her Nor power. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta wait until we see that. Yeah, we gotta wait till we see that. But I'm coming back to you, Trevon. Let me catch up to these comments. Aren't they mutants? Their DNA was changed in a specific time. They weren't born with an X gene. Well, no. Miss Marvel was born with an X gene. That's what the show is saying.
He says, aren't they? Who are they? Who's they?
No, I think he was responding to when we were saying Spider-Man and the Hulk and all.
They're mutants in the fact that they're mutated, yes, but the classic term for when we say mutants is that you're born with the X gene,
right?
Not someone that was transformed without an X gene,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, none of those characters were. None of those characters were. Because you know what I think people also leave out, guys, is the idea that Wanda had said she had used hex magic when she was young, so she had used it before.
Well, I think they hinted at her using it.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if they're saying that she used it then, she exuded those. If Bruce Banner never did that experiment or Peter Parker never went and interacted with that spider, he doesn't still crawl on walls like 5 years later. Like Bruce Banner doesn't still turn into the Hulk 5 years later. They needed that. That's what I'm saying. Carol Danvers didn't have the cosmic powers in her, and she just needed time.
She couldn't go ordinary without it, right?
Yeah, if she wasn't in that accident, she would have never had those powers. That's why I said the accident is what caused it. Wolverine was born that way. Sabretooth, Magneto, Xavier, they were born
Lady Gaga, right?
Lady Gaga, right? The meat suit, she turns into the meat monster. She was born that way. So that's what we're saying the difference is, Trevon. It's between born that way and then an accident that led to you becoming mutated, if that's what we want to say.
Right. Once that is defined in the MCU, I'll go with that. They haven't given me that.
I think
yet.
they defined it, but you're ignoring it. But it's okay. Let's see the last comment. Now I'm gonna go back to you, Trevon. Kamala, Peter, Monica both gained powers. Comic book mutants are born with the X gene. Until that's explained, everyone can be considered.
Kind of what we just said, but I'm not calling them mutants because that will make things confusing.
Well, what we're saying essentially is, Mike, is if we classify that like that, if we take that mentality going forward in the MCU, you'll have people believing, well, then could you say Captain America was a mutant? Could you? And that's a snowball you don't want to go down.
Well, we know that he was injected with something, so.
You saw Peter get bit by a spider. What are we talking about?
Genetically enhanced spider. Like, it's not.
Yes, but Peter wasn't the spider. He didn't bite himself.
I don't know how regular people can absorb Infinity Gem energy. That's all I'm saying.
They can't. It's just the Marvel. That's how comics are. Spider-Man,
but-
since the beginning, got bit by radio. That should have killed the person, or there wasn't enough radioactivity to do anything except give him a bump.
Right.
That's all. That reality. That's reality.
Right.
But if you're gonna believe comic books, something else happened to the point where it gave him powers and everyone else powers. These are accidental scientific.
But Trevon, you saw Venom, and you saw that Venom's not a mutant.
But Venom's a symbiote.
It's
That's
a
not
symbiote.
No, but I'm saying the symbiote had to attach to Venom the same way the spider had to bite Peter. Is what I'm saying.
Peter has powers by himself.
No, he doesn't.
He's inside.
No. Peter, before getting bit, was a regular person like you were, Trevon. The spider is what gave him his powers. That's what I'm trying to say. There was nothing in him already that was just like,
you thought
I needed this to
had
unlock
powers
him.
without the spider bite?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Is that not what you just said? That's
what are you saying? So I can be clear. What are you saying?
I'm classifying.
Play it back.
I am changing the way I think. The way I look at it. If you have either interacted with Infinity Gem energy or absorbed it, there's something in you that allows you to do that.
You're literally talking about
even
one
if
person,
that's the case, I would not call it a mutant because
Monica,
calling them mutants.
girl.
Monica did not absorb infinity energy.
She went through
a hex.
Scarlet Witch's hex.
Right.
Her energy came from
she
what?
Forced her way through.
What her power come
hex
from?
Magic.
How did her powers get unlocked? How did her powers get
What?
unlocked?
Not from an Infinity Stone.
It did. Are you sure?
It'll
be.
It'll be Infinity. I think there's Infinity Stone magic.
We saw.
No. If you're saying that Scarlet has Infinity magic that she used to hex the place,
she was unlocked by an Infinity.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yes.
Captain Marvel, you could say, because she was directly
no,
impacted
they
by an
say
Infinity
that
showed
enhanced
us
it.
that.
The Mind Stone, whatever, right? Was the Mind Stone?
They showed us, yes. They showed us that.
They did during the show.
It's like being albino. You're born that way. You can't become albino over time in some accident.
Yes,
that's exactly it. Yes.
You're born immune, right?
You're either born that way or you're not. You don't slowly become.
The explanation for how they survive.
Agree to disagree.
No. But what you're saying, you're not wrong. But I wouldn't label them as mutants because
again,
that's different.
Because if you're saying that Spider-Man that gets a spider bite could be a mutant, but Captain America that was injected could not be. Do you get how that doesn't necessarily make sense?
You realize I just said people with Infinity Stone energy are the ones I'm classifying that way. I'm not.
Even then, like Infinity Stone energy can probably give a random person something.
You're talking about 3 characters then.
Normally that kills a person. But
yeah, so okay, no. Time out. If we go by your logic, Trevon, you're only talking about Danvers, Monica, and Scarlet Witch. Yeah. But you were saying all these other characters too are mutants. So you now agree that the rest of them are mutants?
No, I never said they were. I kept saying Infinity Stone energy.
Okay, so you're saying just Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Scarlet Witch, and obviously Miss Marvel.
Well, I guess Miss Marvel and now him, Namor.
Okay.
So since they tell us.
All right. I cannot wait for the day they explain these mutants because.
I've been sitting waiting.
If our luck on this show goes the way that it has since the day I met Trevon and it leans in Trevon's favor, I'll never be back to podcasts ever again, ever. Because then it'll change everything that I've seen in movies. Like what? Huh?
No, that can be explained differently.
They've never done it in the MCU, so.
Wait, say it again, Trevon.
They've never done it in the MCU, so we don't know how they're going to do it. You don't have to do it like the X-Men movies.
I hope not. I just hope it's not that wide ranging. I hope you.
I just think whatever you're. I don't understand what you're saying, and I think it could be labeled something different. I wouldn't call them mutants because if you're introducing mutants, that has to be something different.
Especially if you're saying characters that currently exist. There's that many of them that are just mutants. It's like, well, huh? How do you even know the term? Like the kid said, mutation.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't say you're a mutant. He said mutation. So that's why I'm curious. Does Namor know he's a mutant, or do they just view it as a mutation?
They probably view it as a mutation.
Right. So the world knows the word mutant.
Yeah, it's some damn little wings on his feet.
Right. Trevon is a reality warper. He's making the world the way. And you know what's funny? He spoke too many things into existence. That's why I said, knowing my luck with Trevon, Kevin Feige will come out tomorrow and go, yeah, they're all mutants. Fuck it, yeah. Trevon's right. That's my luck. Trevon literally spoke Batgirl being canceled into existence.
Yeah.
Said it the day before,
Well,
the very next day.
So what you're
It was
telling me is
gone.
they're going to change everything from Avengers to X-Men because that's not everything. Everyone's an X-Men.
Hey, Trevon, this isn't even trying to be funny, but you've literally spoke too many things into existence. So I'm not even dismissing it. It might happen.
I'm dismissing it.
You can, Joel. We dismissed him the last 3 times, and he came in here like, "Hey, I fucking tried to warn y'all." It's like it's true. But all right. So I want to ask you, Trevon, going back. So obviously Namor being a mutant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that, and then thoughts on Kevin Feige's remarks about, you know, the whole process of recasting T'Challa. Like, how did you take, you know, the blurb out of that article about what he was saying about that?
I take it as he just keep getting asked the question, so he gave a different answer. Like, I do not see them doing it. If they were going to do it, they should have done it now with this movie. I just do not see them doing it down the line unless they do the universe merging thing, which I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Like, I feel like you should have just did it now. Rip the Band-Aid off. If you came out and said we're not recasting them, stand on that. Like, you said it already. So you can't back up on that now. You can't be like, oh, hey.
Send them those lottery numbers, Trevon.
Need them myself, shit. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it happening after this. Like, I feel like, depending on the way they're making it sound, like they're gonna honor him and all this stuff. And I feel like if they all of a sudden, oh hey, here's John D. Washington or somebody else, like this is Black Panther now.
If I wanted
think that's
to play,
disrespectful a little bit to me.
I don't fully disagree with anything you're saying, but if I wanted to play devil's advocate, let me ask you this: if they did recast him, how do you think you could promote this movie as a goodbye to Chadwick and an introduction to a new T'Challa?
I don't think you could. That's
right.
wrong.
Yeah. So that's why it's kind of like, even if they wanted to recast, and I believe maybe somewhere in his mind he maybe did, but there was no way you could recast and give a farewell to Chadwick. There was no way to do both at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it would have looked like, oh, you're clearly here to just push through the new Black Panther, right? That's what I'm saying. If you want to do it later, it makes more sense because it allowed this movie to be just what it's supposed to be, which essentially is a farewell, right? It's you know, the, you know, kind of tipping your hat to the legacy that Chadwick Boseman had left on both the world and the MCU. But if you had introduced a new T'Challa, that message would have been completely scrambled. Like, is this for Chadwick or the new Black Panther? So I think doing it later just makes more sense. But I don't disagree with you on, I would have preferred you to just rip the Band-Aid off and say, but that's why I said 2 things could have been true. You could have said, we're recasting, just not now. That's why I was pissed when he jumped out there and said, we'll never recast. No, I wouldn't have jumped out on that ledge. I would have eased it up a little bit. We have no plans to recast as of right now. No problem. That leaves the door open.
But honestly,
you know?
it's like, look, it's that pressure. It was like their first Black-led superhero movie. And then they were like, oh, hey, yeah, we're recasting him. He's replaceable. That's how it would have came off to some people. Now, I get what you're saying, but some people would have took it that way. Some people would have been pissed. They were like, you know, like, I get it, but it's like, it was a lose-lose situation. Me, though, I don't know what they're going to do.
To me, though, you can never win against those people because, again, I don't think any actor is above the character. I don't. And that's any actor. You could have told me, you know, God forbid, knocking on wood, if something, God forbid, had happened to RDJ in the middle of his MCU run, like 3 years into it, I would have 100% wanted them to recast Iron Man. I don't need it to be the next day, the next month. You could have taken a year or 2 and then reevaluated it. But to me, a character should not live only as long as the actor portraying them, right? Because then you'll start to limit characters, right? Because you can make an argument if, God forbid, RDJ passes 30 years from now, 50 years from now, right? And they haven't rebooted the MCU, right? And he passes, well, we'll never do another Iron Man. That's RDJ forever. We would look at that like that's insane. What? So my kids can't have another Iron Man? So that's just how I feel. about that a person is not more important than a character, but there is a way to embrace their legacy while issuing in a new era. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it like, oh, who cares about Chadwick? No. That's why I said I wouldn't have rushed into this movie. I would have given it a year or two.
I'm surprised we're getting it so soon. I am.
Right.
I am
That's why my mindset was I would have maybe waited on this. And again, we have to see it to see what's the narrative of this movie that it had to come out now compared to where you're at in the MCU, right? Maybe it'll all make sense. But for me, you didn't have to rush into it, but for me, nah, an actor is never greater than the character. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I'll never feel differently about that. Ever.
I guess with this movie, based on, what we've seen from the trailers, whatever, obviously they're showing stuff from in between the snap and everybody coming back or whatever. Like her saying everybody's gone or whatever. That's definitely coming from that time period. So I'm just like, well, I guess they're trying to use this movie to do that. But also, now that happened, him passing away, now they have to address that too. So I think it's just a really big feat to even do this movie in the first place. Like, it's still the Black Panther movie, and you have to acknowledge the Black Panther we had. So I just feel like if they don't do that, people be pissed. I feel like they'll be more pissed if they didn't do that. If they just recast them, I think people have been more mad than than you going like this route. Like, hey, well, no more T'Challa. Sorry. I don't know. Well, maybe years down the line, 18 years from now, whatever, we'll do it again when we're not watching it anymore. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I don't think I'm giving up in 10 years. I'll still be watching. Yeah, I'm not giving up in 10 years. 10 years, I'll still be.
I'll be watching it in the theater like, oh, they did this shit.
100%. 100%.
Give up, you said? Give up what?
No. Trevon was joking. He was saying maybe if in 10 years you want to recast when we're not watching anymore. And it's like, no, in 10 years, we're not giving up. We're still here. we're still strong.
I'll be there for the reboot. Oh, wow.
I remember back in my day. Yes, exactly. No, I mean, for me, Trevon, you're not wrong at all in what we were at. Well, not we, I'm sorry. What was being asked of that entire Black Panthers team, right? Because don't forget, it's a farewell to Chadwick, right?
Yeah.
It's also a introduction to a new Black Panther, right? It's also an introduction to Riri. It's also an introduction to Namor. Yeah. There's rumors it could be an end credit scene that's an introduction to a whole nother kid. There's so many storylines in this one movie.
Namor and all his people too. Like, so it's
Atuma.
So it's crazy.
Like, right. Namora, Namorita. There's so much you're doing.
Invading,
Yes, 100%.
All that stuff. It's a lot.
Oh, and Trevon, I think you'll like this. Me and Joel were talking. We were hanging out over the weekend. We were saying. So remember that trailer that you put in the group chat the other day, right? That we could barely see, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? So in that trailer, you heard Rwanda saying, or is it Ramonda? No.
It's Ramonda.
T'Challa's mama. I don't know.
No, I would like to call her by her actual name. Not T'Challa mama.
I'll call her Angela
Ramonda? Ramonda, okay.
Or Ramonda.
Queen of Wakanda, I don't know.
Shut up, Trayvon.
That's right. It's the Queen.
No, he's not wrong, but I want to give her a name. But she was saying how obviously the U.S. or other countries were trying to steal vibranium because they thought, shit was sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Joel were saying, how cool would it be if the end of She-Hulk was them realizing they needed a vibranium needle to penetrate She-Hulk. And they have stole some... Because if you're saying that the intelligentsia is beginning, right? That means if you said Ulysses Klaue was a member of the intelligentsia, what was he doing in Age of Ultron? Stealing a shit ton of vibranium.
Do you remember that line she said when she was dating those guys? She was like, nothing of this earth can penetrate my skin.
And we know vibranium is not of this earth.
That's exactly what I thought about. I was like, well, that was going to penetrate it then.
But see, this is why I said this is the fun of seeing how these things connect. And it's why I never thought this phase of the MCU was disjointed, because I'm like, we're starting to put the pieces together. Now,
we'll get there.
if those pieces, If we're jumping out on a limb and nothing we're saying actually happens, then by all means, that's part of the game. But if what we're saying does come into fruition, to me, this is fun piecing this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm completely enjoying it to see how these pieces come together. And luckily for us, Trevon, we've hit halftime. So Joel can join us now. But Joel, I want to ask you about the Kevin Feige comments about T'Challa. I already know where you stand. You wish they would have recast it. They didn't. You're fine with wherever they go. So I want to focus more so on how big is it for you that they are acknowledging that Namor is a mutant?
I think it's very big. It's very, very, very big. What? Sorry.
You watched them miss the field goal, huh?
Yeah. Just where I want you. No. Yeah, you know exactly where I feel about it. I would have recasted him, but I understand the idea of it was all too much too quick.
Right.
I get that 100%. But I always like my alternate idea, which seems to not be approached. Because obviously they want to give it to Shuri. If they want to give it to Shuri, if that's actually the plan, I'm fine with that. You know, because that's kind of what it should go.
They did release some pops that gave people a lot more feeling to believe that it is Shuri.
Pops, look at the Legos. They give everything away.
Oh, well, yeah, Lego does that for a living. But Joel, just really quickly for the audience, tell the audience what you would have done for the next Black Panther instead of Shuri.
I probably would have still had Shuri involved in some capacity. I probably would have did it just like this in that regard, that she would be Black Panther at least for part of this movie, like some of this, you know what I mean? Because I always thought she would be Black Panther down the line anyway. Maybe not separately, like maybe there'd be two, like him and her. Because it just is how it's just the way it's trending in Marvel wise.
And also, it just makes more sense because think about it. Chadwick Boseman was at the height of his career, right? So as the years go by, the man might not want to be Black Panther as much, right? So you can go, cool. Well, a lot of these Avengers stories don't take place in Wakanda, of course. They take place well far from Wakanda. So we'll send Shuri out there to do certain missions. The same way I believe within the next 5 years they'll address Spider-Man. To where it's like Tom Holland is having babies with Zendaya, all kinds of shit, right? Man ain't trying to be Spider-Man until the day he dies, right? So it's like, we got Miles. Miles is here to handle all these little storylines that don't require Peter Parker, right? Mm-hmm. It's a way to just transition to where you don't have to kill off anybody,
you can,
Trevon,
you can.
but you can just no, you
don't
have to. You don't have to.
Oh.
We literally are watching She-Hulk, where a Hulk is out of space and She-Hulk is the focus. He didn't have to perish.
Right, exactly.
So it's just a way to transition to where the OG just does not have to do the grunt work anymore,
right?
Because you got your underling, you know. So that's what T'Challa could have done with Shuri. That now kind of just rushed it a bit to where Shuri's just like, well, now I have it, right?
Right. And my thing was, because I think it just him dying. So the fact that the character itself basically died twice,
right?
And like, come on, like he just got back to kill him off again because they actually killed. You know, it's so convoluted and messy. It sucks. It really does suck narratively that it has to happen that way because they don't want to recast him. No. And that's fine. You know, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say, right?
Yep.
But my idea was to introduce a stepbrother, not actually like, or maybe like a stepbrother, because I wanted them to introduce what I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to merge Hunter and
White Wolf.
What's his name? Casper Colt. Because there's just like the only other character aside from Shuri to be Black Panther was realistically Casper Colt, and that was like at one time in New York. Once upon a time. I don't think we can talk about that. He was also White Tiger, I believe, at one point. So there's a whole lot of weird shit going on at that point. Casper Cole could have been the character they used, but they could have used Hunter's origin because they're gonna obviously skip over Hunter because Hunter is who? The White Wolf, who they've given the moniker to
Bucky.
Bucky, right?
Yep.
So I don't ever expect them to ever bring in Hunter. So you could have used Casper Cole instead. You could have had him working like the Black Ops undercover away from Wakanda for a long time, and he's just like the sibling we never met. And then because of T'Challa's death, he comes. He's asked to come back because he wasn't there for his father's funeral either. Well, he's not his father technically, you know what I mean? And you could make up something else that he was just not. He was too busy or whatever the fuck. And then you could introduce him, and he could have become the Black Panther. Maybe not the rightful heir to the throne. That could have stayed with Shuri. You know what I mean? But then he can take over the moniker, the Black Panther.
Right. Or you could have had her just as the queen, right? Essentially the queen. She handles all the royal shit, and he essentially is just the knight. He's the knight,
Right.
You dress up as the Black Panther. I'm not doing that shit.
Right.
You dress up as the Black Panther. I handle all the politics, the science, the suit building and shit, all the cool shit, and you do the grunt work.
Right.
I told you, I would have loved that. I would have been right with you on that. But it looks like they're going the route of Shuri. To me, I never had any problem with that. I was always fine with the idea of you going with Shuri because it's naturally what does happen in the comics. Shuri is a Black Panther. So to me, whether it was now, 10 years from now, whatever, it was going to get there at some point. So I never had an issue with it. I was like, okay, that's the route you want to go. Makes sense to me. It's not confusing at all, So I'm like, all right, I'm fucking down. I'm down with it. All right, let's move on. Oh, shit, I don't have this in the topics, but we could definitely talk the Last of Us trailer.
Yeah.
I'll start with you, Joel. That looked like it had all the shit that all the fans needed to be in this shit. So you got a nice boiling pot of all the shit you need. Did it feel... I'll ask you this, because I want to ask you if you liked it, because I believe you did. I'll instead ask you a more challenging question. Did it feel accurate?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
And by accurate, I mean like the tone.
Right.
And the settings. Yeah, it definitely felt it. I mean, you can see it. It looks very. It had the same feel to it.
I do have to say. No. Go ahead.
No, I'm narratively. I don't know because I haven't seen it yet, but we'll see.
Right. But the feel of it, and it's so funny because I almost disabled my Twitter today. I was scrolling through people talking about The Last of Us, right? I was trying to see because my dad believes The Last of Us can be like Game of Thrones. I don't think it can. I think it's way too early. Like, as far as it being a phenomenon, right? Like, Game of Thrones is a phenomenon. And I told him, well, if the game couldn't do it, I don't think the show enhances that.
What do you mean the game couldn't do it?
No. I don't think the game is a phenomenon like Game of Thrones. Not that the game's not a phenomenon. I just don't think it's as big as Game of Thrones is what I'm saying.
It's not. No, because that's a television show comparing it to a niche video game.
No. I'm saying I don't think the popularity of the game is as big as the popularity of Game of Thrones.
Not many video games are, though. Game of Thrones is one of the most popular IPs in the world.
For sure. There's some games you could flock to, but you're right. You're absolutely right. There's not many. But I was just trying to tell
That's one of the biggest IPs for PlayStation, though.
1,000%. Let's not even say PlayStation. Just video games, period. That's one of the biggest IPs. But that's what I'm trying to tell him. That's, again, all I was trying to tell him, Joel, is the game only comes out for PlayStation. Right? So I'm like, the fact that it's as big as it is, and it's a one-console game, is an achievement. But to me, it can only be but so big because it is a one-system game. Right?
For a game. But the show now will branch it out.
100%. All I was trying to tell him is it will not be a successor to Game of Thrones. That's what I was trying to explain to him.
It's not on PC yet, this game?
Trevon, you have a PlayStation. Why are you asking if it's on PC?
I don't play this game.
But it's on PlayStation. Just play it.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation.
I'm asking, is it on PC so it could be for other people other than PlayStation?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure.
PlayStation's been doing it lately, so
they have, but I don't know if that's what this one is.
I don't play PC. I don't play PC.
I'm saying they put Spider-Man up there. I mean, they should put this up there.
Yeah, that would be a game and a character you could definitely say is a massive IP. But anyway, so back to what we were saying. I was just scrolling through to kind of get a feel on people that, haven't played the game, or people that have played the game but they're not that attached to it, just kind of feel out what everyone's reaction was from this first trailer. And I almost disabled my Twitter. I had people saying like, "Oh, she doesn't look anything like." I guess the character's name is Ellie. I'm sorry. I think the actress's name.
The actress's name is Bella.
Yeah. I always do that, Joe. I always do that. I always mix the actor with the actual
Ellie
character.
Looks like what's her name? Ellen Page. Or
Yes.
Elliot Page now.
Yes, Elliot Page now. Yes. To be respectful to Elliot Page now, but yes, absolutely. Like dead ringer.
Yeah,
like if he had a daughter, it's that.
She looks like Elliot
But the
Page,
offense I took in that, Joel, the offense I took in them saying that she looks nothing like the character she's supposed to be playing is that they raved about how Pedro looks like the character he's supposed to, and I don't see that either.
No,
but to me, I'm like, I didn't really care, because to me, I'm like, you have to act, right? You have to act. To me, that's what I'm really trying to get.
If you really want to look more like Joel, he should have grew out his beard a little more.
A little bit more, right? But I mean, when we were fan casting, we had ideas of other people that were more so of a dead ringer than Pedro. Because when Pedro got casted, we were kind of just like, huh. Okay.
I was shocked.
Like, all right.
Nothing was crazier than they wanted what's his name to be Joel before Pedro. What's his name?
What's he from? I can maybe name him.
Blade. What's his name?
From Blade?
Mahershala. They wanted Mahershala to be Joel.
Oh man, these fans would have been pissed. Black Annie looks nothing like him?
Yeah.
Oh, they're barely trying to get over Ariel right now. They would have never gotten over this, ever. But no, I just laugh because I'm like, neither one of them do. You can make an argument. Probably most of these people in this show probably
I think
don't.
what was the best part about that casting was like, not long before or after, it was like Oscar Isaac was Moon Knight. And I'm like, whoa, it's just like a Latino woman's Renaissance.
Sure, it's like, I can't really explain what's happening here.
Well, yeah, it was like too much all at once. Like,
I'm not hating it. I am
Gael
not
Garcia
hating
Bernal is the werewolf by night. This is a lot. This was now people give a fuck all of a sudden.
Joel got Bad Bunny as El Muerta.
Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck El Muerta is. I got Bad Bunny.
I do have to say, when we went into the Black Renaissance, they did started just casting black people as whatever, and it kind of was just like, I can't even be mad at it. I've been waiting for this day.
I mean, Tanakh being fucking Namor is huge, but that was a secret for so long that we didn't even get to embrace it, you know?
Right.
You know?
It's still surreal. It still feels surreal to where you think about it and you're just like, that was actually a really good fucking casting without me really knowing much.
Right, because no one really knew him. I only knew him from Narcos, and he looks almost nothing like the way he looks there in Narcos Mexico at all.
What do we always say, Joel? We always say, for us, it really comes down to, can you do it, right? Because the look is always something you can enhance, fix up, digitally, whatever the hell.
Incredible how different he looks.
He looks, right. It's almost night and day.
Compared to what he looks there.
It's in Narcos. Right.
Dang, how different he looks.
Right.
Look it up. It's insane.
But no, I'm very proud of this this Hispanic Renaissance that we're on.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle, right?
Yeah,
like
it's that's a Hispanic character though.
No, it is. But I'm saying even Hispanic characters getting
work.
Yeah, because look, Joel, you know, if this was 10 years ago, his name would have been Jamie and not Jaime. He would have been blonde hair, blue eyes. So we take wins where we can get them, Joel.
He'd still be Mexican. He'd be one of those novela Mexicans with the white hair, and blue eyes, blonde hair.
No, you know what they would have done? He would have been those stereotypical Hispanic. You know, Holmes, you know, Vato. You know, he spoke very much like that. You're like, I don't think, no, that's not right. Like, I just feel like that's not right. I'm not even Hispanic. It feels wrong. No, so Trevon, I'll go to you. You not necessarily being familiar with the IP. Did this trailer do anything to make you interested in seeing the Last of Us, or maybe playing it one day? Like,
well, please play it. Do yourself a favor. Unless you don't like those type of games, of course.
I think I know what he's about to say. It looked too scary.
No one attacked me.
Uh-huh.
I don't care about this.
No, but did you like the trailer?
I did. I literally was watching when y'all was talking on silent.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, okay, she's shooting a gun. They're running.
You took a lot from that.
Okay, well,
I think you should have heard it. I think you should have maybe muted and listened to it because I think the sound helps everything.
Always
that
helps a
trailer.
little bit. Yeah,
when I
Yeah.
found out it was a zombie thing, that
it's
kind of.
not that simple, but yes,
I know,
It's
but
it's
once
similar.
I had no idea. That's the point. Like
Yeah.
Eric remember Last of Us. It didn't even click with me. Oh, maybe it's the last of them left. That didn't even like nothing.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Nothing.
It's the Last of
And,
Us.
and I was like, oh, okay. Then when I found out it was that, I was like, so Walking Dead.
It's not
That's-
Walking Dead, but yeah,
That's how my mind went, and I'm like, I don't like that. I got sick of that real fast, so I just
but that was
No.
like 10 seasons
say
after you got
this.
tired of it.
But wait,
no,
I'll
I
say
got
this,
tired after
Trevon.
3.
I'll say
After
this
3.
with
I'm like,
barely
no.
knowing, and Joel, you can chime in here. With barely knowing about The Last of Us, I'll say The Walking Dead is more so like if a 5-year-old was asking, "Hey, what are zombies?" The Walking Dead is what you'd play a 5-year-old, right? It's very rudimentary to what a zombie
Classic
is.
zombie.
Right.
Mm.
This is way more complex
yeah,
than
these are not
just
just
a zombie.
Zombies.
Right. This is way more. Did you see the way the thing looked at the end of the trailer?
There's
That's
different
not your
variations.
typical zombie.
Yeah, it's not zombies because it's not like they're dead. You know what I mean?
Actually, no. I'm sorry, Trevon. Here's how I'll help you with this, and I don't mean help you like you don't understand what I'm saying. I don't mean to make it sound like you know what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
It's like if somebody said, "Hey, I want to watch a movie about magic," right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "Oh, watch something as simple as Harry Potter." You would go, "Whoa. Harry Potter ain't no simple magic, right? Like that shit.
Okay.
That shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's for that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
That's that more high class magic. You
Okay,
don't just speak
okay.
down on it like that. So
Okay.
I'm saying The Last of Us, I would put not in a boat where it's just your traditional zombie flick or show or whatever. It's way more evolved than that.
Okay.
Even more so than The Walking Dead. Now I'm not saying that like The Walking Dead is bad, but The Walking Dead is what I would show somebody who had never heard of zombies and wanted to get into the idea of zombies. Here, take this. That's very rudimentary to zombies. What The Last of Us is doing with those, whatever you call those things, it's way more evolved than your typical term of a zombie. Of a zombie. Yeah, because that I wanted to put it that way to you because I know a lot of people that think, oh, magic, you know, the simple concept of magic, I'll watch Harry Potter. Bitch, that's high class. That's not ain't no pulling balloons and shit out your sleeve.
Right,
That's bitch. That's that class A. Alright? You know, you don't speak down on that Harry Potter shit. Alright? You get wound up in this motherfucker.
This comment.
But oh wait. Sorry. I was in somewhere else. Hold on.
This is funny.
Trayvon, what if I told you there's a witch in it? There's not. But what if I told you there was? Would you watch it? The show's gonna be great. I have high hopes. So Trayvon, wait. So let me just say this for our audience: how true that comment
I'll
is.
tell you right now, that show's gonna be better than Vampire Academy.
Oh, we're gonna get to that because I watched an episode today.
No,
So we're gonna get to that.
I'll put millions of dollars on it.
We will get to that, but I do want to say to that comment how true that is. Trayvon saw a clip from Breaking Bad that he thought was powers and said, "Oh, I'm about to watch this shit." When we said Trayvon, that's just about selling meth.
I asked y'all questions. I said, "What is
Good
this?"
show though.
It looked crazy. I was like, "What is that?"
It is
What
crazy.
He thought so, Joel. He thought when Gus's face got blown off, there was something like powers involved.
That's what it looked like.
And I'm
from the
like,
clip.
oh Lord, no. But no, I only bring that up because he was so ready to watch it if it did.
It was good,
if
though.
it did have powers. Man,
You
Trayvon
really
is not
watched it
watching
have
about
powers in
meth. He's not watching
It's
this
not.
show about
I
selling
don't know.
meth.
It's just. I don't know. Yeah, it's just that.
We'll
I
play
was
the
like,
game
zo-
first before you watch the show
zombies.
if you want.
When I've had time for that, I don't know.
Or Trayvon, you know what? Do this.
Yeah,
Do me a favor. Do this. When you get a free second, just try to watch the cutscenes. Right? See if the cutscenes grab you. right? And if you think it, because the cutscenes won't show you everything of the entire game.
I wouldn't do that,
right?
but that's up to
I'm gonna watch the trailer again. I'll watch the trailer again.
Yeah,
Watch it with sound on.
With
Watch it with sound on.
Yeah,
With sound on.
no.
But I usually tell people to watch the cutscenes because I'm
Well-
like, if the story is that good,
Part
right?
1, it just
It'll
got
suck you in.
re-released, like in high definite, like for the new systems and shit.
Right.
You know,
Just again, I'm not saying Trevon, you gotta watch it. Just give the trailer another shot. See if you feel any differently.
I would say play
hearing
it before watching it. In my opinion, that's just because I think that game is so good. And then the second one
I've
was even
played it.
better. I think you'd love the second one even more than the first one, in my opinion. But it's just you got to get there. It's the journey. You know what I mean?
I was just
'Cause
about
there
to
is,
say it's
that's
a
the problem with
journey,
Walking Dead. There's no end. At least in the beginning, there was no end game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, goddamn, whereas now, like this game, I mean, there is obviously a point A, point B, point C.
Okay.
End of story. And you're like, oh, okay, well, now where do you go? And then part 2 is like, oh, and you're like, oh, and you're like, oh.
There's a lot of O's in there, Trevon.
Okay.
And Joel expects you to hit.
And it
every
really
last
depends
one
on
of
the type
O's.
of. Do you like games like that? There's a horror survival feel to it. It's not like Resident Evil because it plays a little very differently, but
Okay.
but it does have this like similar, like you gotta play stealthy. You gotta sneak up on things. You gotta be quiet because these things they hear, they can't see. Well, at least
Clickers, right?
yeah, they're called clickers.
Clickers.
And there's different variations. There's the first form where they're still kind of human, but they're faster and they react. They can see you and they can hear you. Then there's like the clicker side. When they're clickers, they can't see shit. You can be right in front of them, but they can hear you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right.
And then there's like later on where there's some ugly motherfuckers out there. Oh, I can't wait to see those big bastards.
All right, let's move on because I cannot wait to talk about this. We're gonna end on Tadum. We're gonna end on that because that's a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna end on that. I want to get this in there first. House of Dragons. I'm gonna tell you this. I thought House of Dragons had some of the best writing I felt in a while for Game of Thrones, and they made the one fucking mistake you just can't make, man.
What's that?
You aged up these fucking characters. Just when I was completely falling in love with everybody that you had, which, by the way, her bodyguard didn't age. I don't like the idea of that. That motherfucker did not age. So when you talk about
He
mutants,
sure
Trevon, that
He sure
motherfucker's
didn't.
a mutant. He didn't age not a day.
Look, okay, so I won't look.
Yeah,
I
he
only
did.
watched. I'm only watched
like 10
like
years.
halfway through this episode, but I don't care about spoilers. But I was just like, so because this shows get dumb. So when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, he looked the same.
The exact same.
I was like, wait a minute, why they old as shit? I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
like what's going on?
I was pissed. I'm like, oh, wait, what? Everybody else got uglier. Why you keep this pretty motherfucker?
And why
What?
is
I would have definitely like took a limb or something.
why's Allison?
Joel's like, you gotta get uglier.
Allison
Or
look
something.
younger than Rhaenyra or something.
Yes.
I was like, what is
Yes. She looks very aged.
like what is
Yeah.
I just had some.
And you know what's the crazier part?
and she's still not minding her damn business. Dang.
She still don't. She didn't learn.
It's the same
I will
character.
say this. And this is gonna sound a little mean, but this isn't me trying to be mean. This is me trying to just going what I would have liked the show to stay in tune with. You had Rhaenyra, right? When she was Rhaenyra, sorry, when she was younger, right?
Yeah.
She's very ladylike, right? She's very ladylike. Beauty is very important to her. Now, albeit when we saw her 10 years later, she was giving birth and all
Right.
that. So
Yeah,
again, I get it.
And you're
but
seeing her after birth.
she
Like,
does
the
look
bitch
very.
is like, I don't give a fuck right now.
I was
Fuck
about to
off.
say she looks very rough in the face.
She does.
Like,
She does.
what happened to you, girl? Goddamn! What?
She
Your
does have a
uncle,
skinny
your uncle
baby.
wouldn't want you now. Like, what'd you do? He don't think you his nephew.
Damon's like,
But yeah, so for me, I did think this was an important episode. This is all jokes. I understand. I already knew that it was gonna age them up, so I'm not shocked at all.
I don't understand the pace. Why it's doing it so fast?
Why are they doing it so fast? I don't know.
Like,
no, this is the last
I don't
one. I don't know why they did that at all. Just they should have probably jumped to where the real actors quicker, because now everyone got so used to it like halfway through, and now you're just introducing them to new people playing the same characters. But That's
the age she was at, she could have had one baby. Like it's not like
she had 3 babies.
they could. I'm saying they could have skipped
No,
ahead
Trevon's saying
like,
at the
they
age
four
she
years,
was 10 years
3
before.
years.
Right.
Like they didn't have to do 10. Like
Yeah, they could have used the same girl 10 years later.
Yeah,
So.
like
Yeah.
they didn't have to do that.
I didn't really understand that. And then they were saying, they were quoted saying that they have no intentions on bringing back the younger versions.
No, why would you?
At all. But it's like, well, it's like, bro, to me, that's why screeners are important. Because nobody told you when they watched these first few episodes how attached they were to these characters early on for you to go, it's all right, they'll get over it. Maybe. Maybe.
I think this may be just as mad as it did when they did all that shit in the first episode of Sandman. Like I was like,
yes,
oh, they're in love. Oh, they're old as fuck. What?
Yeah, that was a little frustrating. That was a little frustrating.
At least that was on the first episode.
Right.
Right.
But no, I mean, I think the better comparison would have been, how would we have all felt if in Game of Thrones they aged them up instead of just keeping them the entire run? You know what I'm saying? I think you would have had a way different reaction to that show.
Probably, yeah.
So for me, that took a little bit. Again, I'm not saying this show is horrible, I hate it or anything. It's just that did take me a little back. I was kind of hoping it would be.
I think it comes down to that girl not being as attractive as she was when she was younger. That's all it is. No one gives a fuck about anything else.
What is the reasoning?
Be real, right?
I'm not lying. And weirdly, her friend got hotter the older she got compared to when she was younger. I'm like, why did y'all swap that way?
I knew she was in the show, and I knew she would be that character. So I'm like, I love that actress.
Yeah,
I liked her from Bates Motel. And shit, and I know her
yep.
So I'm like waiting for her. So that's why the counter's out now. Like the other girl's gone.
But I got her. I just won't look at the other one. I'll just look at you.
What was the
what were you gonna say, Trevon?
What was the knight's name again?
Kristen or some Kristen.
He's a bitch.
He got his ass whooped. He a bitch that don't age.
I mean, it's only been 10 years.
She need to run up on him and cut his neck.
Yeah, but Joel, no. Don't get me wrong. You're absolutely right, Joel. Usually, for most people, 10 years does not make you change that drastic. You're absolutely right. What me and Trevon are trying to say is everybody else has a change in how they look.
He looks the
but
same.
That pretty motherfucker.
It's really just 3 characters that really like the king, who obviously just became a fucking vampire.
Why is he still alive?
Let's start. Lost an arm and shit.
Last time we saw him, he was bleeding all over the goddamn table.
Oh, he looked like fucking a crypt keeper and shit.
Hey, he will not die. I'm telling you right now, his character ain't gonna die. So he makes sure that successor is in place.
He don't even have an arm. He's like missing an arm. Like, wow, that whole thing fell off.
But by the way, it was more than just 3 characters. If you mean 3 major characters, yeah, but everybody else aged too.
Yeah, but you could really tell that it's the same. Like his hand didn't look that different.
No, the guy she's dating, not dating, the guy she's married to changed. He aged up quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, him, the ones that
more than she did, by the way.
That's what I mean. There's 3. And I almost forgot the girl.
The girl that her uncle was dating, her aunt, her dad, her friend.
I only know 4. I only can think of 4 people that got it.
Man, you really paying attention because I ain't paying attention to those people.
No, yeah, because I'm like the guy, not the guy. I'm sorry, the woman, her uncle married. That we saw at the end of that he was flirting with at the end of the
that's right. She
last
got
episode.
aged up because that's his sister.
Right.
That's
she got aged.
She got aged up. Well, she had to. She was a fucking baby.
Well, right. Yes.
Well, yeah.
So I'm looking at a lot of these characters that do, and again, I'm not talking about I needed a new actor. Motherfucker could have had a wrinkle or 2, something. Goddamn, nothing.
No, I'm just saying. You could have gave him something to look like something happened to him the last time.
Right.
He's been looking pretty.
Yeah. Yo, Cole is being a little bitch. Get over here, man.
Yeah.
He is very obsessed. Look, again.
10 years later.
You saw she had a grip on everybody she came in contact with at that age. She had a grip on everybody, bro.
What's going on with him being like, night now? Allison. I was like, what's this?
No, I don't think he's necessarily. Yes, I get what you're saying, but I think it was more so.
I don't think he wants to be the bitch. That's the whole point, or else he would have been the bitch for Rhaenyra.
Well, let him go kill himself then. Like, that's annoying.
Well, he was going to. She stopped.
Yeah, it's 10 years later, Trevon. I think
you got to move on.
He's moved on. Call her cunts and shit. He moved on nowhere. What you mean? He moved on. Shit.
I will say.
He He was upset.
I will say,
And
well,
she
I will
Allison
say this,
letting him
Trevon.
do it. She like, yes, say it again.
He was jealous. He's obviously jealous.
She a bitch too. Like, she
Wait,
was doing
I
that.
love when he was talking shit, and her friend turned around and looked at him like, "Hey, that's still the princess, motherfucker. Watch your
Yeah,
fucking mouth."
you better chill with that.
And he's like, "All right, I'll just say it in my head next time." It's like, "All right, then do that." You fucking say that shit out loud.
Shit, Allison standing right there like, say it again. Say it, yeah, say it again.
Say it again, but quietly, so
That was
only
a
I can
high
hear
tower.
you.
And then we find out that Rhaenyra had kids. Well, she obviously did not actually have kids with whatever his name
I
is.
guess it's with this guy that we just saw, right? Or
Right.
Yeah,
who's the
yeah.
first kid by?
Strong.
Is the first kid by? Bitch made.
Yo, look at this comment.
Your daddy's black. You like, if that didn't give it away, I don't know what will. At the very least, there should be something in that kid. That kid don't have any black in them.
Oh man, that shit is fun. Mommy, am I different than the others? Your eyes work?
I'm gonna
'Cause
say
they
yes.
do. Yeah, of course.
You're all Targaryen. She wasn't wrong.
The fuck? Nah, but you know what I learned in Trevon? I think you would have loved living in this time. It's just petty.
Oh hell no, no I wouldn't.
It's just
they don't
petty,
bathe.
Trevon.
They don't bathe. They do.
They look stank.
The
I don't care.
royalty, but they bathe.
No.
Trevon, there's mad bath scenes in
Nah.
this show. What are you talking about?
They ain't bath with soap. I don't know.
You can smell them through the screen.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
Yo, how high definition is your TV that you can smell stank through?
You got smell-o-vision.
I said, motherfucker, I can smell you in real time.
Ooh, these fuckers are scared.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Ooh, rank. Ooh, y'all stink. But no.
Terrible.
I will say though, Trevon.
Smell the afterbirth.
The way the
Disgusting.
by the way, can I just say,
Yeah, you can say.
I don't have any kids, but if I were ever in a position to where the woman I was with was giving birth,
Mhm.
and it's anything like that shit, fuck no.
Well, they drugged you now.
No. I'm saying
If
when
you want
she got up and said, "Oh, here comes the afterbirth," and just fuck no.
They
Hell
don't let you stand. Nowadays.
Lord Jesus. I would have said, she want to see the baby? I'd fucking Tom Brady that baby over to her. Throw that shit
No, the
right
first
over
thing
to
they do is they throw the baby on her chest. So something they do. And then you cut the umbilical cord and then they go from there and wash up.
See, back then they had none of that shit because she bled all the way down the hallway.
She did.
Like,
She did. And you know what's crazy, Trevon? I've never been there.
like,
I've never been there, but I can guarantee you that shit smelled foul. She was just dragging it down the hallway.
so then
They're
did that shit all the way up the steps.
Oh, yep.
He
And you
walks
know
in,
what?
it's a
But time
ball.
out. That's why I love her. That's why I love how petty she became in 10 years. Because she said, when the girl walked in and said, "Hey, she wants to see the baby." And she said, "Can she come here?" "No, she wants you to go to her." "Well, fuck it. I'll walk to her. I don't give a fuck. I'll bring my baby." And she said, "I'll walk this stankness all up and down these stairs."
I get it. She the queen, whatever, but Rhaenyra just need to beat her ass. Like, just
It's
just
coming,
beat her ass.
It's coming, Trevon.
Just beat her ass. Or kill her,
didn't finish-
throw her off, something.
You didn't
'Cause I'm
finish
sick
the
of her. I'm
episode,
sick of her
but the scenes to the
Tired
next
of her.
episode hint at Rhaenyra kind of just being sick of her shit. So
What
we
you
might
mean
get
you
a
want
taste
see
of
the
that.
baby, bitch. I would have said, y'all gonna leave me the fuck alone. I'm the princess.
Yo, can we
Tell her
get?
ass come over here.
Can we
Shit.
get like Joel? So
Like-
you know how like right
The
now during
fuck?
Monday Night Football, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning are like essentially narrating the game.
Yeah, I hate that.
We need Trevon to narrate House
Game
of
of Thrones.
Dragons. To where when she walked in and said, "Hey, she want to see the baby." The fuck she do? This fucking
Like,
baby? I think
no,
fucking not.
no,
I need that.
this shit
I
was
need
so
Trevon.
That shit was so foul, man.
I need the Trevon edition. That's what I need.
I'm like, she's
And
stealing
I'm
somebody's
pretty sure
business.
she
Like-
did it only to see if it
Well,
was.
she could have brung her ass there while
She
I'm
sure
giving
could
birth.
have, but she's a petty
Like,
bitch too.
wait
so
for the
she's
baby
like,
to come out, bitch.
Hey,
Right.
hey,
I wanna see the
Trevon.
baby.
Trevon, all right. Here's where I shoot her some bail.
What?
I'm be honest with you. If I was
What?
in royalty, I would have every fucking thing brought to me. Are you serious?
Honestly, it wouldn't have
Everything.
lasted long. I would have stabbed already. 10 years? You deal with this bullshit? No.
There's rules, Trevon. Or if there
This
were
why-
no rules,
this is
everybody would
why-
be dead.
Listen, this is why I wouldn't last. I wasn't lasting that time because I'm cutting you. Like
I just,
there are swords and knives everywhere, bitch. I'm getting you. I don't care.
I can just picture right now.
No.
I can just picture right now. The word around town is, "Hey, somebody's being is being hung in front of the whole town." And me and Joel's like, "It's Trevon." They're like, "How you know?" Watch, it's Trevon. Watch. As soon as we get up there, Trevon's sitting there like, "What up, Joel? And Juwaan, what's up?" Like, hey, we knew it was you, Trevon. We kneed shit wouldn't last. You called it.
Back again.
Like, you know, you hear about all them times people said the teacher used to beat you in school or whatever. Bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm very skeptic of that. Yeah, I'm very skeptic of that.
What?
I didn't even like my teachers talking back to me, let alone you could put hands on me.
No.
Oh hell no! I'd be the only 3-year-old in jail. I'd beat the hell out of Miss Sally. She tried to beat me. You know, say out your mind. All right, so let's go to Rings of Power. I thought Rings of Power was a really good episode, mainly because it's getting me exactly to where I kind of wanted to already be already.
Yes.
We're getting to war. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing wrong with this show. I am just not in it for story. I'm sorry. I was just in it for all the visuals you spent $500 million for. So I'm like, I just need to see all the pretty shit. And I ain't there yet, but it's coming. So I'm patient.
I just want to say,
Go
Rings of
ahead.
Power and House of Dragon. Count your days. Willow is coming. Sorry, Willow is so much better. I'm sorry.
Don't do that to
Willow's
Willow,
coming.
Trayvon.
Willow is
Don't
coming.
do that to Willow.
Willow's coming.
You know what I'm gonna do then?
I'm so more excited for Willow than this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like-
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, you said that, so never mind. I was about to say,
So
because
much
you know
more
what I'll
excited.
do? I'll bring up the fucking ratings, but you talking about you're just more interested in it. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem.
So much
I
more
thought
fun
you
than
were
this.
saying Willow's about to come in and
The
take
Allison
over.
get on
I'm
my
like,
goddamn nerves. I keep seeing scenery, them
Well,
talking, a little bit
House of
fighting.
Dragon is drama. You don't look
Yeah.
for witchy shit. There's no. It's just
I would've
mostly-
liked
it's
it if it was
mostly
still
drama.
I think it was the previous characters I would still liked it. Now I don't know these motherfuckers down.
Well, you
Y'all
gotta
too
get
old.
to know these.
Oh
motherfuckers.
well, yeah, that's the journey. You had to
I
get to
don't know
know
if I
Jon
want-
Snow and
I
them.
don't-
That's because
Well,
you're
wait.
Canadian,
Time
too.
out. Let me ask you this. Are you not liking the characters?
Took my characters away now.
Are you not liking the characters because they're bad, or are you not liking them because they're written so perfectly for
like-
you to hate them?
Okay.
Okay, so okay,
It's just such a weird time jump.
here's why I ask. Here's
There's
why
no
I
more
asked you
time
this
jumps.
question,
You gotta-
Trayvon.
Don't worry about time jumps.
God.
Here's why I asked you this
There'd be
question,
dust.
Trayvon.
There was another one.
Trayvon, you've heard of Power, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
The show?
Joel hates Tariq so much. I think if Joel met the actual actor in real life, he'd fuck him up, right? So I'm like, that's not a bad thing.
I would
That
never.
means you've written that character so perfectly that it's taking emotion
Yes, I
from
would cheer
Joel.
when Allison dies.
I wouldn't
Cheer.
fuck him. I would definitely give him a dirty look and then apologize because it's not really him.
So I'm asking Trayvon, are you not liking the show because it's bad, or are you not liking the show because it's enlisting a feeling you didn't thought it would, which is, oh, y'all, fuck all y'all. Like, because I'm saying,
right now it's the time jump and the fact that they still like the Allison's still in somebody's business. I'm like, girl, you gotta go.
so then,
And-
okay,
And it's the Kristen. You both y'all.
so then it's
go.
good.
So
So
y'all
then
both
that's,
off. So y'all
they're
both
doing their
off.
job. That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking.
Yeah,
They're doing their
there you
job.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing their job. They're doing their job.
Yeah.
But no, Rings of Power, like I said, I did enjoy. I'm glad we're about to head off into war. Because goddamn. Oh my God, Joel, you're about to like what you're about to see.
Oh,
But yeah, so in Rings of Power right now, like I said, we're heading to war.
Mhm.
I just want to get to that because I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all those Lord of the Rings movies, the only thing that really entertained me was the idea of when they finally got to war, right? When they were finally fighting. All the story and journey, I don't really give a fuck.
that's my
told you, I-
favorite.
Actually, I couldn't even watch the first movie. Too much greenery. I was like, what's going on? Too
Is it
much.
breathing?
Like,
Is it
yeah,
breathing?
too much greenery.
No,
too much,
greenery.
it's too
Green-
I've
much-
never heard that before.
Too much
That's why I'm
walking,
laughing.
Too much walking through whatever the hell y'all walking through.
Definitely the journey. Oh
Sick of that.
my God.
I told you,
Okay.
Joel, you're about to love what you're about
Oh
to see.
my God.
But so Trayvon, so this show is no different. It's greenery,
I
it's
know.
story, it's
That's why I'm-
talking, it's
That's
walking.
why I forget it. Come on every week until the last minute. I was like, oh shit, let me watch Lord of the Rings, whatever you call it.
I ain't even
Let
gonna
me
lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I got to Sunday night and was just like, I forgot something.
Yeah.
Oh fuck,
Exactly.
Lord of the Rings. Okay, let
Exactly.
me put this shit on
I feel
real.
bad for them because of my money they spent, but damn, like
Hey, but let me tell you this, Trayvon. When you get on this show, you speak highly of that shit. Because remember what they said: if this fuck up, They may not do anything like this ever again. And we got God of War that's coming.
Oh,
I need them to spend half a billion on that
God of
shit.
War to be good.
I need them to spend half a
They
billion
doing
on
the
that
show
shit.
for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, cancel Lord of the Rings. Let's move on.
No.
No.
They said if Lord of the
Take
Rings
the
does
money
bad,
from that shit, market all of it.
no,
Move that shit
you
over
already
to
put
the
that
real
money into
to
it.
the
You already
real
put that
shit.
money into it. So they're saying that if fans don't react well to Lord of the
God.
Rings,
See, that's
they'll
not
feel as
right.
though.
That's
What?
not fair.
Just support the shit,
That's
Trayvon,
not
or just
fair.
stop publicly bashing it.
I don't say
Pick
nothing
one.
online. I just say it right
I'm
here.
talking about on here. This is public. This shit ain't secret.
I love it. Love the green. Love it.
Emmy nominations on the
Just
way, baby.
Give me a
Emmy
little bit of
nominations.
magic. Give me a little bit of magic. Y'all got me. I'm telling you. Give me a little bit of magic.
There's more magic
Well,
coming.
I will
promise.
say this. Me and Joel were talking about this last week. Remember, Trayvon, at some point, you may not know the character by name, but at some point, Gandalf has to show up.
I hope so.
That's all the magic you can
I
ever
hope so.
fucking hope for is just
I think
Gandalf.
he
himself.
may have already. I'm pretty sure that guy might be Gandalf.
That tall guy might be Gandalf.
Yeah, I think so.
That would be a really cool way to do Gandalf. Is that he's that fucking tall ass?
How old is he?
Well, he looks tall because they're short, because they're hobbits. Or
Oh, that's
How
true. We
fucking
haven't
old is
seen him.
Gandalf?
Oh,
Gandalf's
trillions
old.
years old.
Gandalf's
Yeah,
like-
trillions years old.
Gandalf's like
okay.
1,000 years old. Something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
He's old.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Trayvon. Gandalf is so old that Ian who played him? Was it Ian McKellen?
that. Ian McKellen.
Mhm.
Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen looks today like he was dressed up to look like Gandalf back then.
He does.
That's how old Gandalf is.
That's how old Ian McKellen is.
No, but Ian McKellen, when you look at him as Magneto and then him as Gandalf is old as shit. Him as Magneto is young as shit. Right? But you look at Ian
I
McKellen
wouldn't say
today.
young, but yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. He looks younger than Gandalf.
Yeah.
But no, this show will dive into magic for you pretty soon, Trayvon. I'll tell you this. I don't think the season ends without magic. I don't think it does.
Then we get a little bit with the tall man. Yeah. We get a little bit.
Well,
more.
that's who Joel's saying he
Little
thinks
bit-
might be
little bit
Gandalf.
more,
I think
yeah.
he might be good. I think.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
know.
he's exuding powers like he
He
is a
is.
wizard.
He is.
That's what I'm saying. There's something about him. He's a mystery, right now.
Yep.
So we don't know who the fuck.
Yeah,
he is.
every time I watch, I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Because he also has no.
Every
It also
time.
seems like he has no memory. He can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
capable.
it seems
Just-
like So
just
you know what that
landed.
means. You know what that means. In the finale, is it Surton or Sauron?
Sauron.
Sauron.
Sauron. As soon as he shows up and starts fucking everybody up, this motherfucker's gonna come out the woodwork, get his memory back. Boom, Gandalf, magic,
with
bitch.
His ice powers.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
he
mean,
was
fucking
doing.
everything.
Whatever
powers.
he was doing
Yeah,
in
he
the
was,
water.
hey, he was air bending, water bending, fire
great.
bending. This motherfucker was doing everything. Remember, the
He's
first
so-
time she found him, he was just a shroud of fire.
That's true.
This motherfucker is a full avatar. That's what we watching. We watching Aang. We thought it was somebody else. This is Aang. This motherfucker Aang.
Good luck, Netflix.
No. Speaking of which, let's head into Tadum. Let's head over to Tadum. So, Trayvon, what was the biggest thing to come out of Tadum for you?
The biggest thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I'm getting, the more I see of Wednesday, the more I get excited for it.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. It's just,
I'm very excited.
I didn't know, I knew who Wednesday was about the Addams Family and all that. But this is this Nevermore Academy thing. I'm like, it's like this is the sound like right up my alley now. Like all my shows are giving me schools, like Vampire Academy, Fate. Now this giving me schools, the
Stop
schools
saying
with
that.
different abilities and powers and stuff. I'm enjoying that. This is my alley. Like this is my thing. I was like, oh cool, and I like the little scene they gave us of her talking to the thing. I was like, that's funny. I like that. So I think she did that really well. Played it off really well because I know she ain't talking to nothing but air.
Right, exactly. Yep.
So it's fun to see her do that. Yeah, I don't know, that's and of course this. I said there's a lot of school stuff going on. Schools are good of evil, I
can't wait for
see that too.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
That did not
Yeah.
impress me.
You giving me Charlize Theron and Kerry Washington? It's really all I need.
I need to see more
premise.
for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to know the premise. Just staring at those two for a whole movie, I'm good with it. I still believe that should have been a series instead of a movie. I think it would have been
do too.
easier to consume.
Oh, it's a movie.
It's
Yeah,
a movie.
one
Yeah,
movie. Yep.
it's a movie. Yeah.
I
think I would have
think there's
consumed it
multiple
better.
books or something too. So
No, yeah, they can make
Yeah.
multiple movies. I get
Yeah.
that. I just think that should have been maybe a show. All right, so you going Wednesday, and then the School of Good and Evil.
Yeah.
School Hard Knocks.
Glass Onion. I'm excited for too, of course.
Mhm.
Elite. They didn't give me anything during it. They gave us a trailer today.
Right.
So yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
So those are the things I'm excited about.
All right. Well, I'm going with. Let me see. I had it here. Fuck, did I just lose it? Oh shit, I had it here. Mike Flanagan's new project, The Midnight Club. I fucking cannot wait for The Midnight Club. Oh man, that just feels so Mike Flanagan. It screams Mike Flanagan. I'm very excited for that. My other thing, so Trevon picked 2, so I'll pick 2. So my second one, because the obvious one you guys already know is I can't wait for the Old Guard Part 2. It's just it'll be the greatest thing when it comes out. Fuck every other movie that exists. That's the movie. But my second one, would you say, Joel?
I gotta rewatch the first one.
Me too.
Rewatch it, like you don't remember if you enjoyed it, or just rewatch it when the second one comes out.
No, I know I didn't enjoy it. That's why I gotta rewatch it.
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. I just want to see it again.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while though. It's been like
bored,
years, right?
But I was half asleep though, so that's why I gotta rewatch it.
Okay. It's okay, Joel. I already edited what you said. So when this drops officially,
I said I was half asleep.
You said I loved it. I loved it. You know, even being half asleep, I loved it. That's what you said. But no, my second one is going to be Extraction 2. I love one shots. I think one shot should exist a lot more than it actually does in action movies. So the one shot that they put in the first one, they were saying that they're going to take it up a whole nother notch in the second one. And they showed a few behind the scenes of the action of it. I can't wait, mainly because, again, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the first Extraction. Please leave if you have not seen it, or just step away for a second. But as me and Joel were saying before, he definitely seemed like he died in the first one. So when they're like, we're doing Extraction 2, I'm like a prequel? like is this going backwards, or no, it's right after? I thought he died. I'm fine with him still being alive.
Just ignore that.
Yeah, shit, fuck it. I mean, Chris Hemsworth was magical in that movie.
Yeah,
I have no problems putting that shit to the side. And I like that a lot of the cast from the first one is coming back for the second one. I will say this. I was very upset that I didn't get any updated news on Red Notice. I was really hoping to hear about the Red Notice sequel. I fucking love that movie. I just rewatched it the other day. And apparently they were supposed to shoot 2 and 3 back to back. I just wanted news on when you were going to start filming. Like that was it. You know, I know you don't have anything else. So I was a little disappointed I didn't get that. But outside of that, Tadum was fine. And by the way, Tadum, let me let you know something.
Information as well.
I think they're scared. And where's your Power Rangers information? Where's your One Piece information, Joel?
I'm waiting.
Yeah, they shitted on both of y'all. I will say though that when you put out gag reels or whatever the fuck you want to call those, don't put them out like they're trailers, because almost everyone that they put started like, oh shit, you got something for Stranger Things? Fucking gag reel.
There was a lot of gag reels.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And the fact that I didn't get a Witcher trailer, even a teaser trailer. I'm sorry. The fact that I didn't get a full length Witcher trailer for the series that comes out in 3 months?
Blood Origin.
The fuck?
Yeah, I wanted to see something from Blood Origin.
Like, I thought that was fucking retarded.
I guess they'll do a Twitter thread one day.
I don't know. To me, that was very upsetting, because I'm like, I'm sorry, The Witcher has been filming. You don't have something you can tease us with outside of a poster?
It's crazy.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Joel, what's the biggest thing that stood out to you from Tadum?
Oh, there's a couple things that were pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that The Watcher movie, Ryan Murphy movie. I'm like, that looks interesting. It takes place in New Jersey too. I'm like, okay.
Watch it. Describe it a little bit. I don't remember that.
New family moves into a new house.
Yes. It is based off of a true story. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm very intrigued by that.
Me too.
That's a movie. Series wise, I mean, you guys mentioned a couple ones that I'm intrigued by. But obviously, Blood Origin is probably the thing I'm most excited for with it. It just gave me a fucking poster.
Is that animated?
No, that's live action.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's live action.
I did the one cool thing we did get aside from like announcements for like upcoming sequels to like Lupin, which I really like, and You
I never
season
saw
4.
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I
ready.
forgot about you. Yeah.
They just announced at the end. They announced it's called El Elegido, which is basically a slick way of introducing the American Jesus comic book to Netflix. I'm like, oh shit, they're doing American Jesus, a comic book I don't know very much about. I'm not gonna lie, but the fact that they're doing it and not calling it American Jesus is very clever. Calling it
Is
a
it
different name.
is it supposed to be actually Jesus?
It's something like that. It
Well,
definitely plays on what's it called, religion and all that extra
well,
shit.
be careful because that false prophet show they put out got canceled, not because people didn't watch it, but because there was a lot of outrage about it, so
That
they
looked good
canceled
too.
it. I mean, I you couldn't go on Twitter without someone talking about that show, right? And it wasn't like they were talking bad about it; they were loving it. And then out of nowhere, the religious people were like, and the next thing you know, it got canceled when everyone thought it was going to get renewed.
Well,
So I'm
this
like,
might just get one
just be
season, and
careful.
that's as long as it's a good first season. I'm cool with it. I was just
Oh,
surprised that they're doing it. Like, oh shit.
oh, I forgot to bring up because all three of us love this show. We got our trailer, and I love talking about aging up. I love the age up here. The Dragon Prince, baby.
Yeah.
We're almost a month and a half away from the Dragon Prince's return, and I loved how everyone aged up there. I was like, oh shit, the little prince. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he's technically the king.
Right.
An adult now. I said, oh
Yeah.
shit, okay.
I do like
Okay, I
that.
see
I do
you.
like that. Yeah.
So I can't wait for that show.
Very
Shout out to
excited.
Joelle, because Joelle's told me years ago to give that show a shot. We actually watched it because you were saying Autumn used to watch it, right, Joelle?
I put it on for her, but I watched it because like it looked good. Like
You were telling me that, and I'm like, no. And then one day I took your words, sat down, and watched it, and was like, it's fucking good.
It's one of the first things I saw that does fantasy and also diversity. You don't see a lot of that, you know.
100%.
I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
Yep,
You
because
don't
remember,
see
their
that.
king was black.
Right, the king is
Yeah.
black.
He
They
didn't
had
work for
There's a whole
nobody. He
kingdom
didn't
that
answer
was
for
run by
nobody.
lesbians. You're like, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Like,
You're
all
like,
right.
this is interesting. And they
Right.
signed off on this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. But I know all three of us love that show. So anyone
Yes.
out there that has not seen it yet, please go give it a chance. Don't just excuse it as being a children's show. Actually,
It's
give
not.
it a chance because it does not feel like a children's show. And I'm not saying it like it feels adult, but it's not in the
It's a
nature
really
of like
good
watching
show.
Bob the Builder. Like you don't get that feeling out of it when you watch it. It just feels like a really dope ass cartoon. So give it a shot. Fucking beautiful animation. Love the story. Love the characters. And I just can't wait for them to come back.
I
I
like
can't
a
wait
lot
to
of
do my
the
rewatch.
animation that Netflix has done. Love
They usually
Voltron.
spot on about it.
I
Yeah.
love She-Ra. So
Actually
I've never watched She-Ra.
I
What?
enjoy that too.
Much what?
No, he was saying he
She-Ra.
liked She-Ra, and I said I never saw it.
Really good.
Yeah, I
And Voltron.
put it on for autumn, but even autumn, it didn't do it for me. But
They almost got me when they were like, Juwaan, New York Comic Con, not this year, but like a few years ago. You want to interview Karen Fukuhara? I said, well, fuck yes. For what? They were like, She-Ra. I was like, oh no, that means I haven't watched it.
oh,
I don't love her that much. It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. But I never gave it a chance, Trevon, is what I'm trying to say. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I never gave it a shot.
I saw a couple
Um,
episodes, but I didn't really go much further than that.
Yeah, I didn't give it a real shot, so I'm not saying
I
it's
did
good or
like-
bad. never
I am
did.
waiting for Masters of the Universe again.
Oh yes, that
Oh.
the new season. Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't get
I like-
anything about that there.
Nothing. Yeah, bullshit.
Like that was a massive. And here's the crazy part: you gave the children's series a season 2 right away.
There's a season 3 already coming.
Oh motherfucker! What are we doing here? Like, and I'm sorry, Joelle. Most importantly, they never told us about the sequel to fucking Fuck! It was not Dracula, but you know the show I'm talking about with the vampire based off the game, based off the old
Castlevania?
video game.
About
Castlevania.
Castlevania?
Yeah.
Nothing on
What
that.
the fuck's going on with that?
No. We've heard what they're doing. We just haven't seen anything.
And you know what's so upsetting about Netflix not giving us information? And again, it sounds like we're spoiled brats, but there's a business sense to what I'm saying. Hear me out. Think about what Amazon's doing, right? We're in the middle of Lord of the Rings. HBO's in the middle of Game of Thrones, right? They're in the middle of all these big time shit. You know, we know Amazon's working on a new James Bond, a God of War, another season of The Boys, Invincible, all this big shit, right? And I'm like, Netflix has these heavy hitters that they're just sitting on. And I'm like, scared money don't make money. Just release it. If it's bad, hey, you saw where you fucked up, you go back and you do better. But to just sit on it while everybody around you is literally shitting down your throat? Apple doesn't even have a massive IP. And I can tell you, the show C with Jason Momoa might be better than most of what Netflix has coming out.
Some.
Right?
Sure.
So I'm like,
I like C. That's all that's done, though. That's the last.
Yeah, no. By the way, I didn't mean that as a knock to C. I'm
Apple's
saying they
also
don't
not
even
making
have.
it. They're not
Wait, say it
making
again?
profit from Apple TV Plus either. So
Wait, who isn't?
Apple's not making any profit for Apple TV Plus. They're giving it away. Like
That's even worse. They're putting
So-
out better content, and they may not even be making up enough profit, but they're putting out better
they
content.
don't care
Severance
for
was
Apple.
phenomenal. Severance was such a good
I'm
show.
on episode 3 of Severance.
How are you feeling? Do you feel mind fucked yet?
A little bit. It's weird.
You'll get there
Very
a lot more, Joel. Oh, you'll get there a lot more. So for me, it's just Netflix. Stop sitting on your gold. Because if you drop One Piece and it's good, guess what? You don't have to worry about putting out more fucking Jeffrey Dahmer or fucking more Colombian drug dealers. You can actually do other
Dahmer's
shit.
really good. I don't know if you
Come
watched
on
it.
now. You seen
Dahmer's
that?
fucking good.
No, I was going to go watch it, but then
I'm scared.
somebody had tweeted the tweet of one of the victims saying, like, pleading to not watch it because it's like it's a rehashing of making them go through the pain again.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
they don't have to watch.
Well, because I already don't know enough about Jeffrey Dahmer, I kind of just don't feel
That's
like
kind
I'm
of the
missing out.
point of watching something about something you don't know when you learn about
Listen,
that character. Like,
Central Park 5.
if you don't like, but if you don't
very
like
hard to
like serial
watch.
killer shit, that's different. You know?
Oh no, I love serial killer shit.
Well, then stop being stupid.
But I mean, I get what she's saying. But what were you saying? Central Park 5? What, Trevon?
I was just saying that was really hard to get through, but I said I need to finish this. I need to.
Because of how hard it,
Because
how
of
real
like
it is.
I don't know I'm not gonna be be saying it's stupid. I didn't know a lot about it. I was like,
I know
okay.
anything about it.
So it
I tell you right now, when I heard Central 5, I was like, what superhero shit are they doing now? And I was like, oh, wait, no, this isn't that
that
at
shit
all.
dark.
Okay.
So
Central
Um,
5, is it?
Central
Yeah.
Park 5.
Central Park 5.
Oh, yeah, I know
Beautifully done, by the way. Beautifully done.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, Netflix, stop sitting on your hidden gems. Like, the fuck are you doing?
They're doing a Onimusha anime. I am fucking hyped.
The question
Uh-huh.
is just when.
I don't know, I'm just happy that they're doing one. I'm like, that's
You
insane.
say anime or a live action?
Anime.
Oh. Usually
I'm very
live
excited
action.
Yeah,
for that.
they go right to live action. But all right, I want to end this on this because Trevon has said he is a fan. Joel has said that unless some nudity enters the screen, he don't know how much he can give to them. I started it today, and I will say I started it today,
Oh, okay.
and I will say, being completely honest with you, I thought I was watching.
You hated it.
No, because hate is a very strong word. I didn't get far enough to say hate. I thought I was watching like one of those Real Housewives shows. Like it was shot like that. Like it was shot like a reality show. To where it was like a confessional, to where someone's talking
It's
shit
like
about
a
somebody
British
else.
TV show, right?
Yeah,
British
it
TV
was-
show, something like that.
It was weird how it was shot, but also they did not do a good job in the first episode making me, I'm only saying this for me, give a fuck about anybody I was looking at. Like, I'm like, who am I supposed to love or hate here? Like,
Who am I
I don't
for?
really
I don't-
understand.
I
Like,
don't-
who's the person? Am I supposed to care about the girl who's like essentially the bodyguard, or the princess? Or
Who I
whoever the
care
fuck is she
about
supposed
because
to
she's
be?
hot.
They're both
But-
hot, but I couldn't
But
figure
they are
out
both hot.
why do
But
I care outside of just them being hot.
It just was
Like-
not. It felt. It's so. It just the whole thing felt cheap. If that makes sense, and that's what bothered me the most about it.
I just thought you took a beautiful IP and just made it really fucking boring.
Beautiful IP is a stretch.
No. Vampires. Vampires is a beautiful
You
IP.
mean,
Yeah, vampires
that's
as a
an
whole.
IP is a specific intellectual property. Vampires in general.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you kinda
Well, then
watered
just
that shit down.
vampires in general. Yeah, to me, I'm not saying it was horrible.
I'll say
I'm not
this:
saying
Trevon described it way better than it actually was. But, like I didn't see that. Like
We
it
haven't got
sounded
there
way
yet.
cooler than it was. I was like,
Sounds like you haven't got to that.
I will say this. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's horrible. I'm not here to tell people not to watch it. I'm just saying I thought it was going to give me something in that first episode to make me go, oh, shit. Episode 2 right now.
yeah.
And it just
It did
didn't.
for me.
It just didn't. But that's what I want to make clear. It's just not for me. I don't want to make it sound like I'm bad-mouthing it or telling people not to watch it. It's
Yeah.
just not my cup of tea. That's really all
I
it is.
told Juwaan the
That's really
same
all
thing.
it is.
I wasn't. It's not that. It's just it wasn't my cup of tea. I wanted to like it. Trust me, it did.
Mhm.
I just couldn't get. I just felt. I felt like the thought of watching a second one. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch another episode of this.
I literally started watching it maybe a few hours ago, right? Because I'm like, all right, I don't want to fall asleep because if I fall asleep, I'll be asleep through the show, right? So I'm like, all right, let me put something on.
I do that with good
to keep
shows,
me
though.
up.
To be fair.
Well, no. I wanted something to keep me up. So I'm like, okay, let me start.
There's
this.
nothing that's good enough to keep me up. Well, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. I don't care how good your shit is.
I will
I'm
say
going to
this.
sleep.
One thing I definitely credit my body for is that it has a second gear. It rarely gets to it, but it has a second gear. You know how like some people drink coffee to keep them up? I could watch a good fucking movie or show that does to me what coffee does to
Puts me right
others.
to fucking bed. So is reading.
So-
right to bed.
Oh, reading, just the going back and forth, I'm out. But as I pass it to you, Trevon, I said, okay, let me start this, right? Because I wanted to talk about it during this episode to say that I gave it a shot and whether I liked it or didn't like it. So I'm watching it. I'm just like, oh, you started off great. Everybody's hot here, right? Guys hot, women hot, everybody's hot, right? The old lady was hot. I'm like, it's just fucking hotness in here, right? I'm like, there was sex right off the bat. I'm like, all right, I'm vibing with this shit. And then right after the car accident, I was just like, oh, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care. It's not holding me. The one kid that randomly walked in the library that set the fire up and was like, "Did you need light?" And she's just like, "Do you wait for every girl to come by?" I'm like, "Oh my god, the dialogue, the fuck!" Like, I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, both of y'all." But Trevon, I'm sorry. All jokes aside, because we're just here to get these jokes off. I'm passing it to you for somebody who has not seen Vampire Academy. Sell them on it.
Do it again?
Yeah, you goddamn right. You gotta keep doing it till you do something big enough to sell me on it again. To give it another shot.
I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Like, I don't know.
Okay, I'll ask you this. What do you enjoy about it?
I like the lore. I like about they have these old rules about the monarchy or whatever, patriarchy, whatever they got going on.
Mhm.
Where the families and like certain families are regarded higher than others. But then there's also vampires. There's also different types of vampires. Then you have their protectors, and then you have then they add on them having like elemental abilities as you get down the line. I thought that was all cool. I was like, this is like that's cool to me. I don't know,
Yeah,
and the people are hot. Yeah, sure, but
It's sexy as fuck, Trevon. You understand it. That's the part you should sell more.
I'm loving.
It's sexy as fuck in that.
Y'all haven't gotten to the relationship of her. I can't think the name of that protector and this guy named. I remember the guy name. That's really bad for me. But his name was Dimitri.
No, it's
And-
not bad for you.
So
That's probably the more Trevon thing you could have said.
But yeah, I remember like them two, like their relationship as it goes on, you see it get more and more heated. And I don't know. I like it.
And are you talking about the guy that when her friend came back into town after her
her
family
new
died?
protector.
The guy
Yeah,
that slammed her on the ground?
her new protector. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very obvious. That's where they were going with that.
Yeah.
It was
And
very
they
obvious.
get there. Yeah.
Yeah, once you get a scene where two characters stare at each other longer than 3 seconds, like, y'all gonna fuck. Yeah, it's some fucking
I like
going
it.
down here. Yeah. Now I have to ask you this, Trevon, and this is gonna sound very wild, but I need to know because maybe this keeps me interested.
Mhm.
Is there any nudity in this show going forward? That's not a male ass, because that was the only nudity I saw in the first episode.
There's less clothing at all.
Trevon, if you have to think about it, that means no.
Because I don't know, like, if I would remember or care if it was the other side. To be honest, I'm just be honest with you. I don't know if I like.
So you're telling me it's a
wouldn't
lot of
even
men?
care.
It's a lot of men that's just bare ass in it.
I mean, you know, it's a lot of men with shirts on. That's pretty much a lot.
Oh,
but
I don't consider that nudity.
But I'm saying, but that not like it's not HBO. This not. It ain't Stars.
Okay, that's what I lost.
So no, we're
Me
not.
and Joel
that.
were saying
We're
that
not
might be
getting
where
on.
you,
Not
that
getting
might
on
be where you
Peacock.
can revive me. That might be where you.
No.
Well, I don't know. They were
No.
having sex in the opening sequence of the show. I'm like, what?
But
Is
it's
this
showing
shit
that,
True
though.
Blood?
Like, no.
They showed his ass. Is
True
what they
Blood.
showed. Yeah.
True
I
Blood.
thought they were heading down some True Blood wave. I'm like, I'm loving this.
I don't think he went
True
there.
Blood is the
No.
shit. That's a vampire show. You want to watch a vampire show? True Blood is the shit.
Has
Yeah.
a mix of all the things we like.
Eric Northman, yeah.
Anna Paquin. Mm.
That most of that cast.
Damn. All right. Anyway. All right. Last thing I'm gonna end this on, guys, is we didn't get to talk about it on a separate podcast, so I want to talk about it a little bit here. We, the three of us, did see Barbarian. We did, and if you guys check our channel out, we do have a interview currently up with the director of it. So make sure you guys go check that out on the page. But this movie was just, again, I told my dad. He's like, how was it? I said, Dad, this is the weirdest movie. And he's like, oh, you didn't like it? No. Here's why it's the weirdest movie. It literally created no emotion from me, but what the fuck? That's really all I said throughout that whole movie. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I
Didn't
said
like
it
it.
enough
Didn't
until I
dislike it.
started laughing. It started inducing laughter.
It did somehow become comical at some point, but it was just the idea of like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, what is this? But I don't mean that in a negative way.
It was a decision. So I was like, girl, what are you doing? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? She's not playing. She's joking. There's
Hey,
no way.
I will say this: they played people of color. Cause Joelle, when we were watching it together, and she was like,
Listen.
"All right, let me go down here." Psych. Nope. We're like,
Really?
all right, smart. And then she's like, "Nah, let me go down here." We're like, "Oh,
Yeah, like
what?"
she got so bored. She was like, "Fuck, I have nothing else to do."
And then she went farther, and I was like, wait,
Right.
Stop.
It was like,
stop.
I think
I
you're
was like,
Oh
what are you
yeah.
doing?
I'm like,
Like,
oh,
what are
no,
you doing?
no.
And I will say this. I don't usually say this about movies because I do find jump scares to be very cheap when it comes to horror movies. I feel as though with a character that crazy, you didn't have enough jump scares. Like, the two biggest jump scares were the first time you saw it. I won't call it a her. I don't know what the fuck that was. The first time you saw it.
Oh, that was
And then when the first time he saw it, Justin Long's character saw it.
Yeah.
Those are like the... and then I think her coming out of the house when she came back to the house
Yeah.
and she ran her over. It was just 3 out of almost 2 hours long movie. You had 3 jump scares.
Yeah.
That's not enough for something that's like a fucking Sasquatch. There should be jump scares a lot more than 3.
well, some people don't like jump scares.
You mean directors or like the audience?
Like audience, yeah.
No, I don't. But I thought this movie was a perfect place for it because your thing isn't like a slasher, right? Like it's literally meant to just hop up and scare the
it's a
fuck
thriller.
out
I
of you.
was expecting a lot more of them, especially when they went to darker areas. I was like,
Right.
okay,
Your movie
here
was in so
comes-
much
here
darkness.
comes. Oh shit, nothing. What the fuck? He's still walking.
Yeah, I thought that was the weirdest
I
thing.
was like, what? That movie is just.
So I want to go to you, Trevon, before I go to Joel. You were saying when we were gonna have a podcast about it. Wait. What was he saying this for? I still haven't seen it, but now I'm hearing they are hot. So, well, if you're talking about Vampire Academy, if you can watch it on mute and just look at how beautiful
Stop it.
they are, by all means, you can get through it. No, all jokes aside. So Trevon, you were saying before you had questions or comments about the Barbarian movie. What were your comments?
It's some sick shit. Like, when you really realize what that thing was, where it came from, I was like, this some sick ass shit. Like, like this is wow. Like, this is almost like one of them documentaries about a serial killer.
Right.
It got within this movie. I was like, this is Woo,
I'm gonna tell you this right now. There was nothing nastier in that movie than when they were trapped in the hole, and she said, "Drink the fucking bottle," and he said, "The fuck are you talking about? Drink the bottle? Hell no!" She said, "You know what? Fuck it, I'll drink it." And it had hair in the nipple of the bottle as she drank it. I said, "Oh no, get me the fuck out of here! Nope, nope." I would have burned her
But see, for me,
and everything.
While I was watching, I was like, this is messed up, but I just can't. This is what you get. I was like, this is what your ass get being in here. Like, because I just, like, from the start, when she first got there, I just thought it was just so many poor decisions from the start.
From the get.
I was like, what are you doing? As soon as you got there, you saw somebody else there, I'm out. Cool. My car still works. Cool.
That's my problem, Trevon. And I get it. She might have been driving for a long time. She's tired. I don't give a fuck. In today's world, no fucking way I'm spending the night with you under no circumstance.
That's what she started.
And then the bigger problem was, Trevon, when she said, "Hey, my door was open and I didn't open it. Did you open it?" He's like, "Bitch, you woke me up. No, I didn't open your goddamn door."
The first thing is her going to shower and shit. I was like, "What are you doing? Like you just being like, oh, I'm stoned." No, hell no. Like, we chilling. I'm watching you lock the door. I ain't playing with you.
Now, like, I gotta ask you, Trevon. Knowing you, would you or would you not have pushed her off of that water tower to save yourself?
If I actually was dumb enough to get to that situation,
if you're Justin Long's character and you end up on there, knowing that if you push her, that thing will jump off with her.
I don't know that bitch. I don't know that bitch. Hell yeah.
Oh, damn, Trevon.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know you. And look, I don't know you, so I'm sorry. Like, I don't know.
He said, "I don't know that bitch."
I don't know her. Like, but the thing is, I would never be in this situation. You went in the house in the first place. Then when you came outside, you saw the neighborhood, and you came back. I couldn't fathom it.
I said it before. Look, I don't mean to bring race in this, but if somebody white tells me that something is too much for them, I'm not fucking going back. You serious? They do that shit all the time. If they say, "Hey, I couldn't even fuck with it," I'm not fucking going back. I'll leave my car there. I go rent a car. You fucking serious? Keep all that.
Right?
Shit
She did not see her face. She was like, "You where?"
Yeah, she said, "No, you shouldn't live there. Like, you should maybe move immediately." Joel, you pushing her off that water tower?
Of course not.
Shit.
To save yourself, you're not pushing her off there?
No.
So, knowing that y'all both might die in that moment,
I'm not thinking that way. I'm saying we'll figure something out, but that's not my first thought.
Nah, I'm too short. You saw what a dog did to me, Joel. What the fuck you think that tall ass monster gonna do to me? Ain't no way in hell. I'm Spartan kicking her off that shit.
It wouldn't even been that.
Well, yes, the three of us would have never been there to begin with. Would have never been there to begin with. But if I ended up there, I don't have an evil bone in my body. But Trevon, a dog that was taller than me, just standing on all fours, manhandled me. So if a dog can do that,
I'm terrified.
The fuck you think this Attack on Titans looking motherfucker about to do to me? Hell no. Hey, get off this fucking roof. Wear her too. Take her. Get her. Fucking serious? Hell no. But he died probably the worst possible way a person could. She just poked his fucking eyes right out of his head. And wait, did she split him in half or pull his head off?
I don't even know, but he was stupid too. He was real stupid too. Kept going.
I mean, it don't matter.
He kept measuring the shit. I was like, "What is wrong with y'all?" Both
and by the way, shout out to Homeboy that created this whole situation. That when Justin Long's character is like, "Hey, don't you worry, buddy. I'm gonna call the cops." He said, "Oh, no, bow." He said, "I can't be here for that. No, thank you. Nope, ain't fucking with the cops." That movie was just weird. I suggest everybody go out and see it. Go see it for yourself because I promise you, we're not doing it justice.
Oh, and he actually went there and saw the neighborhood, but he drove into it and still went into the house. He deserved it too. He went there in daylight. Didn't he drive there in daylight?
Yeah.
No. See?
Well, to be fair, remember, he was losing money by the minute. So you didn't have options. You couldn't go to hotels.
He's going to lose his life?
Yeah, but I don't think he thought he was going to lose his life if he went there. She
Woo.
should have known better staying with a stranger, but he owned that property, so that's
This
a little different.
motherfucker dropped the gun and everything. I mean, he was not.
Yeah, he was not. He was not.
He
too
deserved to
genuine.
die. I mean, for a lot of reasons.
I was about to say for a few reasons he
She did
deserved to
too.
die, but yeah, for that one specifically, yeah,
I
Actually,
not too
felt-
good on that.
I felt bad for Pennywise.
Who?
You
Pennywise.
just had me confused as hell. I'm like, what the fuck was Pennywise? You talking about the actor? Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused as hell. I'm like, where the fuck was Pennywise in
It
here?
was so funny. I went and saw it with my sister. She was like, I know him somewhere else. And that's Pennywise. She was like, oh my God, it is. I was like, yeah, that's Pennywise.
I bet you he wished he could have turned into Pennywise
That's
up in that
Pennywise.
motherfucker. Start
Yeah.
dancing on her down there. But please make sure you guys go check out our interview with the director of Barbarian. It's on our page now. That was just a fucking wild fucking goodness gracious. Oh goodness, guys. But anyway, Trevon, you had some magical interviews you've done.
Well, 2 more.
Can you speak on the ones you've done so far?
I did Power Rangers Dino Fury, the Green Ranger, and the Blue Ranger. Oh, what a time! It was fun. once I got off my nerves, it was fun. I was like, yeah.
I love how you said "what a time" like it was so long ago. Oh, what a time to be alive.
You understand? Like the up to the moment we doing it, I was really flustered. I was like, okay, let's hope this goes well. Hope I ask these questions and not freeze. Let's hope this goes like I expected to, and it did.
Hey, I told you the best way to do it is sink or swim. Because Joel froze up when we did our Titans panel. Joel was just like, I don't know what the fuck to say. I'm sitting in front of these real fucking people. And a lot of people were like that were in that press junket. Like outside of like the IGN, the colliders that were there. A lot of people that were like us, that were just getting started, that were doing those.
The Collider was
like,
there. I
they
remember
were
Collider being
started. Wait, say it again, Joel.
there. So I remember Collider being there.
Right. They were shell shocked. They didn't know what to say. So I'm like, the fact that you got it out and did it, that's an amazing step in the right direction. Because this shit's not easy, bro. It's not. But that's why I told you to approach them like they're regular people, like you're talking to us. Not that comfortable, but you know, just they're regular people, bro. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna get through meeting Miss Guerrero from Doom Patrol that plays Crazy Jane when I see her next Sunday.
Is that official? Or wait, do we actually have those interviews?
Yes, we do. Yes,
Sweet.
we do. I'm telling you right now, I will get tasered. I'm telling you guys that right now. That's the goal, is to get tasered. Either tasered or another photo like I got with Rosario. Those are my 2 options. Those are my only 2
That
options.
was a strategy.
That was a strategy, bro. I didn't even know Dakota took that picture. When he airdropped it to me, I said, when did you take this? He's like, oh, I thought you wanted me to take photos. I did, but not this beautifully. God damn. That shit is beautiful. But no, Trevon, when are they going live? When is your first set of interviews going live?
I'm waiting to find out when it's going to upload. I'm just waiting for that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys updated. We'll know by Thursday's episode
Yeah.
when it's live for you guys to check it out. But I want to thank Joel and I want to thank Trevon for joining me on this all new episode of Much Ado About Nothing. We had fun.
Yes.
We learned that Vampire Academy shouldn't exist. Like, we just
Don't
had a really
do that.
overall great night.
I need multiple seasons, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, they can put it on
This is
YouTube.
my type of
You can
stuff.
get YouTube Red.
Let
You can get
Peacock
YouTube
have
Red
this.
and watch
Let
it.
Peacock have this show, okay?
Nah.
Like, chill out.
Nah, I'm sorry. You can't even do that. Nope, can't even let Peacock have it. But thank you guys so much. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.